anyone. I don't want to drop his name on it live. That's all.
We'll call him Baby Fascinator.
My son and postcode.
Yeah. And this is my address. No, I don't live anywhere. I live in a...
Since we last played, we picked up a new follower.
Oh.
Cammy of Tea, which is a username I recognise. So,
yeah, cool.
I know who that is. I know Tom G does as well. So, Tom, you wrote a game called Weird Weird West.
I did. I wrote a game called Weird Weird West. It's about cowboys, and you guys are playing cowboys.
So last week we played our session 0. We designed our characters. We can do a quick recap on who everyone is, and then we started our story.
Let's please.
So
let's do a quick character recap, and then I'll quickly skim up session 0, and then we'll jump straight in.
Fair enough. I remember mine because I've got it in front of me, and I expected to do this, so it's only fair that I start. I'm a sneak. I'm a cutthroat. I've got skills of being in the shadows, and no one saw me coming. And my magic ability is that I can make myself disappear like I'm nobody and just pass through the crowd as if I'm just some guy. My name's Harry Bishop. I'm a professional dressed with a history of voice, working for bad people to make sure that other bad people paid their bills. Took no mind to the dangers of the job and didn't mind slitting a throat here and there because they're bad people anyway, and God will judge them when they turn up. I don't have any parents because one of them killed the other, and then I killed him. So
that's a rough deal.
Half self-orphaned.
Self-orphaned.
Yeah.
Self-made orphan.
Just playing life on difficulty nightmare.
My horse is called Good Steed, and he's a good steed.
Awful.
Oh gosh, that's a great way to start the session.
Brilliant, isn't it? Sorry, but if I remember correctly, EB's name and horse make up a comedy troupe.
Yeah.
I'm the abbot, and my horse is named Costello.
Right.
But this predates the comedy troupe by years, so
I see.
they stole it from me.
We're in the 1800s.
Because mine is a timeless pun, it's not permitted, but Abbott and Costello technically would have been novel at the time.
Yep, see?
Everyone in the world's like, those two words sound good together and make me laugh.
Yep, yeah, no. But I guess that's a great segue. I'm the abbot. I'm the clergyman of the group, and I used to believe in Yahweh, the Christian God, and then I found a God that was real. So now that's what I do is I psychically manipulate reality around me, and I also have my magical teleportation orb, which transports me to anywhere that I can see randomly, which is super fun. Yeah, former reverend, now occultist, and I am dirty and I smell bad and I'm usually drunk.
The good juxtaposition stood next to me in a 3-piece suit, always washing my hands.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hang on 1 minute. Sorry.
I think we make a good double team. Add the bishop and the abbot.
The bishop and the abbot.
Yeah, the bishop and the abbot.
Thought about that every 4 minutes since we last played.
We've got a sense of chaos about us that I think works well.
Yeah.
I was particularly excited by you using your magical box and not going anywhere good. That entertained me greatly.
Yeah.
First test round of your magic tool, and all it did was just make you yeet yourself into a next door.
I went to a general store. So
Yeah, oh fuck! I'm in Tesco.
Twist your magic box, disappear, and reappear, and be like, "You'll have beans."
Like fingers crossed, like bank vault, bank vault, bank vault.
All right.
Hello.
Lady Fascinator, tell
Lady
us about
Fascinator.
Don't have kids. No, joking. Right, so Lady Fascinator.
It's Control X for anyone watching who needs to clip anything up for any reason.
Oh, yeah. Right, so what do I say? Everything about my character?
Just run through the main things are your moves that you took and your ability and your.
Oh, right, okay. So I'm a fighter. I'm a sharpshooter, and this is my gun. The handle gets warm when there's supernatural things near. I've said my name's Lady Fascinator. I've got a horse called Dusk. I'm high society. I'm from wealth. I'm on revenge mode for the murder of my lover. And I'm pretty cool and hardcore and tough and won't take any shit, like all my D&D characters, really.
You're just boiling it down. Eventually you'll play enough RPGs and you'll be like, I've done it. I've designed the perfect version of me.
Look at this queen. Yeah, so she's kind of like she looks like she's got, I imagine her with like a really long tiered skirt on that's quite fluffy, rather than the jeans and the what they call the chaps, and she looks very like she sits sideways on her horse.
I love that even in like high energy chases and gunfights and stuff, you're still sat sideways on your horse with your legs crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's called Belle. She's a Belle Fascinator.
Yeah. She's got 2 guns and she's cool. So, yeah.
You know what's better than a gun? 2 guns.
Yeah.
Amazing. So yeah, these are our contractors for hire. Our weird characters who take no shit and do take names and get the job done. The job being in this campaign of Weird West, this adventure, you're escorting John Blonde. John Blonde is a vile, vicious murderer, a fiend of a man, who somehow the sheriffs of Blackwater, this piece of dirt nowhere town, have managed to capture and lock up in their temporary holding cell, and are now, as quick as time will allow, transporting him south to get him to a real jail where he can undergo a proper trial. That's where you guys come in, because all Blackwater has is a sheriff who's in over his head, 2 deputies who are not really ready for anything, and another very, very angry lady called Mary. And so, hopefully, with your help, he won't kill everyone. That's the plan, I believe. So, yeah, we left off last session. We got some good information out. So, Harry Bishop did some weirding around and activated his apathy field, his perception filter, and was able to suss out that John Blonde has got men in Blackwater, which nobody realised, who were likely to be hot on your tail, I imagine.
One down the street, right?
Yeah. As you're leaving Blackwater on the horizon, you know that there's people following you, most likely. And the abbot, you spoke to a horse, which was a key detail for me that I really enjoyed. Where you were like, okay, yeah, I talked to the horse, and then we learned the horse is not loyal. I cannot wait for how you're going to use that. That is such a specific, abstract concept that at some point is going to come up.
Is that the horse that Mary is riding?
No, the horse that John Blonde is riding.
He's not riding a horse. He's strapped to the back of a car.
He's strapped in a wagon, yeah.
I forgot we strapped him in the wagon. Okay.
Yeah, he's strapped in a wagon, and I'm sat directly opposite him. So he's facing backwards.
Mr. Bishop's got a gun pointed right at John Blonde.
Yeah,
well,
it goes Mary on the horse, him, me.
Yeah. And we had Lady Belle Fascinator. I think a key detail that I really enjoyed was that you and Mary are sisters in arms almost. You are both vengeance-hunting, murderous ladies who've had lovers killed by monsters, effectively.
Yeah.
Of one sort or another.
We're just sick of all the men's bullshit, basically. We're just like, what's the word? like what is it? With Spaghetti Western Spice Girls together.
Spaghetti Western Spice
Spaghetti
Girls.
Western Spice Girls. Does Kat know she's doing this every session? Like, am I the only one?
Keep talking. I have a tweet to write.
Don't you dare clip this. I'm like,
I cry bullets.
yeah, lead. I cry lead. I forgot about my death stare. I've got a really good death stare, haven't I? That's a good reminder of that.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, so so with some information under your belt, as it were, we've set off. The caravan has begun its journey down south to the border, and so I want you to picture you guys on your horses. You've got John Blonde strapped in the wagon, and it's it's the twilight hours of the day. It's approaching dusk as you are heading south. Not Edward Cullen Twilight Cat, like Twilight the Time.
I'm just laughing because he's already bloody clipped it up.
Oh no, I just took a Spice Girls gif because they did that video that was in a desert. So I was like, there'll be a gif of that. There's a tweet out there, Spaghetti Western Spice Girls.
Yeah, I am
featuring
obsessed
Kat.
with the Twilight as well, by the way.
If
I don't care, I have no shame.
you want to join
I'm
in
a
the
Twihard.
nonsense, twitter.com/hotdicenerds. Say hi.
Come watch the nonsense.
Send a meme.
Yeah.
Send it. We'll use it.
Yeah.
We join our party as the sun is setting, and you've been on the road for we'll say maybe a day, maybe it's the next day, and it's approaching sunset, and you are
What
say
was
the
our
train
overnight like? Like, what did we do? Like campfire.
overnight, uneventful. Yeah, a campfire. You rested. John Blonde is keeping himself to himself and being suspicious the whole time. He's just shooting sideways grins. He's talking shit whenever he gets a chance, and keeping his cards close to his chest.
It's basically just being a knobber.
He's just being a knobber.
That's
Yeah.
an official term. And we'll have to add it to the game.
Yeah. And after suffering a night of John the Knobber Blonde, you've had like a hard day's ride. Like you're making south as fast as you can is the aim, and this spaghetti western deserty dry grass field terrain that you're going down. You see yourself approaching like a narrow canyon pass, right? Like a gap where two hill ranges from miles on the horizon meet and join into this gorge that you need to travel down. Lady Belle Fascinator, as the fighter of the group, your senses are immediately ticked off. This is a death trap. This is us going through a fucking Lion King-esque gorge. There could be men above us. There could be anything, right? There could be ambushes happening.
Have you seen Doom?
No, the new one. You mean the new film? No.
Yeah, there's kind of like a bit of a scene like that at the end, and there's like people hiding behind rocks and pirates and stuff.
Well, you've not seen anything yet, but you know that it could be there.
Right. Okay. My spider senses are tingling.
Your spider senses are tingling, and the sheriff, Bill George, even says to you, like, as you're the combat expert of the group. He wants your opinion on Miss Fascinator, explaining that going through the gorge is the quickest route, but there might be danger, or you can take the path around. You can find a way over. You can where the mountains turn back into hills. You can take the long way around and get around the gorge. The problem with that is that you don't know what terrain is going to be there. It could be swampland. It could be desert. You don't know what you're going to have to be dealing with. Is it better the devil you know or the devil you don't?
The devil I know.
It's South Texas. We're on our way to Mexico. It's not swampland.
I mean, it could be. That would be weird.
I mean, that would be super weird. Don't get me wrong. Okay. Well, oops.
Everybody thought you were getting vampires, and actually it's just like geological oddities.
Yeah.
Look at these formations.
Bluebells in February.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
that's my 2 cents. Is that it's slower but less dangerous would work, but you know, there's what are there 7 of us? Let's put it to a vote.
Yeah.
I think Lady Fascinator will say we need to come up with a plan and take the quick way. So maybe have a shooter at the front and a shooter at the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then defending us like as a group, and then zigzagging our way through the middle.
Yeah, I'll turn to Mary, or like I'll call out to Mary, say to her like, Mary, as we travel through here, I wouldn't be surprised if we'll get some visitors along the way, and they'll be going for us in our cart. So they'll try and run us off the road. They'll try and make us make mistakes. I know you'll want to shoot them, and I'll do my best to shoot them for you. I need you to just keep on riding. Don't let them push you off to the sides. Don't let them distract you. Head on through, and the abbot, Lady Fascinator, and the sheriff, if he's sober enough to aim his gun straight, will make sure that they clear a way for us.
Okay, yeah. You give her this like, quite a direct talk. Then you're saying it's like this, quite like, upfront about things.
Yeah, I'm giving her like a kind of the confidence of a plan to say like, we're the prize, so our job is to clear a part, to like head through. Like, if it looks like they've set something up that's going to push us off to the side, keep going. Someone else will clear it for us. Don't fall for their tricks. Don't fall for their traps. Keep on carting.
Amazing. She's like, she's invigorated by your speech. She's like, fucking, we get this like, ka-chunk, like loading the rifle up together, and like puts it on her back and does the same for her guns, slots all the bullets in. And then you see her like take a little charm out from her shirt, from her dress, and like hold it and kiss it, and then put it back in her shirt. Could you make me a reason roll, Mr. Harry Bishop?
How many dice do you?
You're rolling 2d6, and you're adding your smarts if you have any.
I don't have any smarts. My 2d6 total out at a 5 and a 6.
A 5 and
11.
a 6. Amazing. That's an 11. So, so you are making sense of new information. On a 10 plus, the GM will tell you something functionally useful and interesting relevant to your situation. I'm going to tell you that the charm that Mary just pulled out of her shirt and made a blessing to and kissed was not a Christian cross. It wasn't the locket that she has with her dead husband in it. The charm was, as a man who has dealt with the weird and supernatural in the world, she just kissed a witch's charm. She just kissed like a talisman that covens of witches keep. You know that they're all unique, but you have the training and expertise to be able to tell when one is a talisman. And you know that witches have these talismans, and if there's like a coven of 5 witches, they all share the same talisman, and it's like a power thing that witches use. And she makes it, if I will say, like, to be super clear, as the sheriff maybe glances over, she like hides it from the sheriff, and like she's very secretive about it, but you've noticed.
As I wait for the sheriff to like ride off a little bit to like go talk to Lady Fascinator or whatever, I'll say up to Mary like, I'll take all the luck I can get in this time, doesn't matter where it comes from, but if there's something I think I should know, you can let me know, Mary.
She sort of, she doesn't come out and tell you, but she like nods and smiles and like hand on your arm and like, thank you for that. I'll keep my wits sharp and my gun sharper, and fucking she doesn't let anything loose, but she's like, you've got someone behind you. You've got some confidence in her. I guess, Abbott, is there anything, I guess you've been outvoted on the plan. Is there anything you want to do to prepare as you enter the gorge?
Is there a path up to some high ground? I'd like to ride ahead and just kind of be higher up than they are to see if there are any sharpshooters.
You could absolutely look for one. Yeah, definitely. I think that warrants some kind of roll. Do you have anything on your sheet that you think is relevant before I ask you to make something?
Let's see. I mean, no, not really. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's roll me a. I want a reacting to danger, but with your cunning. Could you please roll me 2d6 and add your cunning?
2d6 and add cunning. That's a 6. That is
a good
a
roll.
3.
Good roll.
So, plus my cunning, which is 0. Wait, yes. I guess that's right. Okay. So, yeah, 9.
9. Amazing. Okay. Yeah, so you guys see, so you make this little plan then, so the abbot's going to ride ahead and try and get up somewhere, get some altitude in this fucking valley that you're going through. And as you are taking your horse up, and you're like, we get this great like wide pan shot of you going up the side of the thing, and there's like rocks falling off the edge, and you're like fucking sliding along. Your poor horse is like clip-clopping along, and there's rocks falling everywhere, and then the other guys are like looking up at you like, what the fuck is this guy doing? I'm gonna ask you to say you can either back down and accept, you'll be maybe on like a middle bit in the gorge. You find a bit of a platform or a plateau or something. You can get all the way up, but I'm gonna ask you to please name one of your items in your inventory that you drop as you are struggling to slide along. Something falls.
That's a choice.
It's a tough choice.
I'm gonna keep the middle ground.
You're gonna keep the middle ground. Okay. Great. So you are not quite all the way up then, but you are. You've found yourself a bit of a plateau where the valley maybe has like another step level. As you're going along.
the cart can't get on it, but
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Great. So we're all in position. So as you guys along the bottom, Lady Fascinator and Harry Bishop, and you have your plan to weave and dodge and duck and dip and dive, as the abbot takes up this higher level, and you maybe, I like the idea you got like a hand signals worked out. You're like fucking doing this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the abbot's going along with Costello, dragging this poor horse that's like never been this high up before.
I've got. Oh, Bees, what was that?
I can't personally do it, but I imagine Harry's the kind of person who can put 2 fingers to his mouth and do a big whistle.
Oh, do
I
the
can
horse
do
whistle?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you? I can't either. Yeah.
I can do it like that.
Oh yeah, look at that.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, I mean I can
Of
like
course I can do it.
Oh yeah.
All those times I'm wolf whistling at all those men, they love it.
Wolf listen with your hands like super loudly and sharply.
I also should have mentioned I've got my rifle out and I'm aiming it as we're walking.
I like to imagine that you're like smoking and just waving it haphazardly.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time the abbot like picks anything up, he has to make a tough decision of like the incense burner or a cigarette or a gun. Like,
I mean, yeah. Isn't that how you guys live?
every morning, just looking at my three favorite items on my bed. Like,
is the abbot just like smoking a cigarette with like another one still burning, tucked behind the horse's ear? He's like, oh,
Costello, hold this. Okay, yeah. So yeah, the party is advancing down. Our little caravan of horses and wagon is advancing down this gorge. When you hear a single like revolver shot into the air, and it echoes through the gorge and resounds out, and you all immediately drop and like assume a defensive position as you're ready for shit to kick off. I believe, Kat, you have a move that's around this. You have fast draw, right?
I have fast draw.
Do you want to just read the description to us?
Oh, hang on. Let me get the notes up what fast draw is. Hang on.
I can do it if you like. I've got it here.
Oh, thank you. I don't have it written.
Fast draw. When you're in a tense standoff and an enemy makes a sudden motion, you get to roll some dice. And depending on how you roll, is how fast you move. So it's not exactly a tense standoff just yet, but I'm gonna let that count because I think this is approaching that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Can you please roll me 2d6 and add your reflexes score?
My reflexes are +2, so. Oh, I got a 4 and a 1, so 5, so
Well,
7.
Counts for nothing.
Counts for nothing.
7. Okay. So
I
I'm
was
gonna.
busy putting on my lipstick.
Yeah. Well, the fastest reflexes in the West is she's like
Yeah.
constantly adjusting it in a fascinator.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. I'm gonna describe to you what's happening, and then I'm gonna ask you to make a choice about your quick reflexes.
Okay.
So what's happening is this revolver shot sounds out throughout the canyon, and as you all dodge and look for cover and raise your guns, you see 2 horses with riders coming the other way through the canyon.
Right.
They're not galloping at you, they're not charging, they're just trotting along.
Uh-huh.
And as they get closer and closer, you hear one of the deputies, one of the young lads who's spotty teenagers, shouts, no closer, don't come any closer, with his rifle that's shaking and he's not used to combat. And the 2 riders stop, and you see a hat lift up as a young woman shouts, John, you there? John!
Okay.
You get to make a choice now, Kat. You can either shield someone. I'm going to let you grab one. If you think shit's about to go down, you can grab someone and move them out of the way. That includes John. If you want to move him, if you want to, I'll let you interpret what that means. You can dive behind cover. You can get yourself out of the way. Or I'll let you... we'll just remember that if some gunfighting starts happening, you get to shoot first.
Okay. So one of those 3.
One of those 3.
I want to. Basically, what she would do is she would go into the carriage, grab him by the scruff of the neck, put her revolver to his neck, and be like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, she would be like, "You're gonna die!" Like, now.
Okay, yeah, okay, well, yeah, okay, we'll rule that as...
You have 3 options. I choose none of them.
Yeah.
And here's why.
Wasn't one of them like grab him to like shield him off?
You can, one of them is shield and ally.
Your flavour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not shielding him exactly, but
You're not shielding. In a sense, you're grabbing him and getting in front of him, and you're like...
Yeah, you're shielding him from getting kidnapped by holding him hostage.
Right.
Yeah.
So this mysterious stranger is shouting out for John. Are you like telling John to not answer? Are you telling him what to shout back?
I'm telling him what to shout back.
Which is?
Right now then, John. I want to know what this funny business is, so you better be saying, "What do you want?" Ask him what they want.
He like laughs at you and gives you a shit-eating grin and tells you, I know exactly what they want, honey. They come from me. I'm John Blonde. They want me. You heard her say it. And you hear the voice ring out again. John, if you're there, answer me. I ain't fucking around.
Okay, so I want to... I really want to do something very violent to him because I hate him. I'm going to...
What level of violence? Are you like, what's your goal here? Frame it that way. What's the objective?
I want to scare him. He's too cocky. He's
Sure,
not the
okay,
one in
yeah.
charge. So
Cut Bev his ear off.
I was gonna cut it off. I was gonna cut his ear off with a knife, but I don't have a knife. So I might just shoot it off at close range and make him deaf or something. Shoot, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my gun and I'm gonna put his head to the window of the carriage so it doesn't like destroy the carriage, and then I'm gonna shoot right next to the side of his head.
Yeah, you're like deliberately like deafening him.
Deafening him.
You're like fucking
Yeah.
Okay. You drag John to the edge of the wagon.
Yeah.
Fire off a revolver next to his head.
Yeah.
He has like for the first time you've seen the facade drops slightly. He just like just a hint of like a fucking what the fuck is she doing as this gun goes off next to his head.
Mm-hmm.
And all at once he gets the black soot of gunpowder on his face.
Yeah.
Like that. Harry Bishop, you're not having a great time. I mean, I assume you cover your ears as this is happening, but you're like, fuck me, this is loud. And all hell breaks loose. As you fire a gunshot, whoever these two strangers are don't know what that gunshot is. They don't know. For all they know, someone's just shot John. Someone's just shot at them and they don't realise. And they jump off their horses and begin firing at the caravan. Harry Bishop, you're in the wagon, yeah.
Yeah, I like where Lady Fascinator pulled him out to shoot a gun off next to his head. Like I grab him and like just like unceremoniously like dump him back into the back of the cart, and I'm like, Mary, ride.
Yeah. John's like doing like you know when you try and yawn and make your ears pop, as he's like trying to like he can't hear anything and he's completely frazzled. Yeah. You shout to Mary, you're like, Mary, get the fuck out of here! And all at once, all hell breaks loose. The wagon starts flying down this gorge. Abbott, you see all at once all of this shit happen. You see the wagon take off. These two riders at the other end are jumping off their horses and hiding behind rocks. They don't know you're there. What are you gonna do?
Well, my rifle's in my hand. Seems like they're either trying to spring him or trying to steal him for themselves. So, I think I'm gonna have to take him out.
Time to kill.
Yep. I am going to aim and fire center mass. Nothing fancy. I'm not going for headshots. I'm going for just stopping them.
Just unloading rounds. Amazing. Let's roll some dice, please. That's 2d6 plus your reflexes.
2d6 plus my reflex. Negatory 1 on that, but that's okay.
You shake your hands from all the drink.
Because of all the cigarettes he's holding.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 6 total. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a 5 total. That's a 5.
A 5 total. Unfortunately, you are landing shots, and they're on target. You hit one of them, like in the leg or something. You can hear like a man's voice shout out in pain. But you've now alerted that dude to you, and as he falls down backwards behind a rock, he starts firing up at you. And I want you to take, if you want to write on your sheet somewhere, a level 1 trauma of, we'll call it like panicked. Put the word panic or something like that.
So this is in the section for trauma. It's the
in the
trauma
bottom,
boxes.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is our first character's taken our first bit of trauma. This is the loose hit point system in this game. Yeah. We keep track of the things that are hurting you.
Yeah.
So that we can remember them fictionally.
I'm just gonna go and get another drink. 1 minute.
Yeah. No,
it's like a pyramid, right? So we got like 3 at the bottom and then 2. And then
so 2. We've got one in your one of your level 1 boxes should now have the word panic written in it.
Yeah.
As the abbot is what can only be described as on the edge of a cliff face, pressed up against the wall, firing down as ping ping bullets hit around you and the rocks and explode around you as you're like, fuck!
Yeah.
Mary has taken off flying down the gorge. Are you still in the back of the wagon, I assume, Harry Bishop?
Yeah, I don't have my own horse. I'm on the back of the wagon. My horse is being carried by a deputy.
What are you doing then? Your wagon. You like, you could poke your head around the side. You are rapidly approaching these two strangers.
So I have a revolver, but I also have a rifle. I don't have any huge plans on so I've got things I can use in combat and my special skills section, but I don't have any interest in those. I think I'll use them later, but right now I don't want to leave John and I don't want to leave Mary. So as Mary's doing that, I'm gonna stand up, kneel on John's chest to steady myself. I'm gonna take my rifle and aim and shoot to see if I can wing one of these people that's blocking our path.
One of these dudes, yeah. Aim and fire, my friend.
Have we worked out if they're actually come to get him, or have we worked out anything yet, or are we just shooting at them?
Well,
they addressed him by name.
Yeah, they know. Well, you could infer they know his name certainly. Mm-hmm. They must know that he's being moved or will be escorted somewhere because they're expecting a group of people.
Yeah, their relaxed attitude makes Harry think that they're part of Harry's gang because Harry's relaxed attitude to this whole thing. The blasé approach. Sorry, John's approach to the whole thing. The blasé approach of oh, Johnny in there? Cool, off you come.
Okay.
As if we're nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with I rolled a 7 + 1, so I got an 8 because I have my reflexes right to shoot.
You add your reflexes to aiming and firing, yeah, amazing.
If you want to learn how to GM this game, get yourself a copy. Head to hotdicenerds.com and you can get a link to Weird Weird West.
Twitch.tv/hotdicenerds.
Which so far is spectacular, by the way.
Well, let's see how it goes. You might just all get immediately murder zoned.
Well, I mean, that would just be you taking compliment badly at that point.
They said my game was nice. Fuck these nerds. Okay, you rolled a 8. Did you say? Sorry.
Yes.
So when you are aiming and firing on a 8, you make a choice between one of two. You can either taking the shot puts you in danger in some way, or the shot is not quite as effective as you would have liked it to have been.
It doesn't seem Harry's brand. My plan is to hit him in the shoulder and spin him round out of the way. So I think Harry makes the shot, even if that puts him in danger.
Amazing. In which case, yeah, Harry is unloading rounds, and the danger, I'm going to say, is you success. So you take one of them down. You all see as Harry manages to pick one off with a rifle, and the guy that you've not heard speak yet, but the one that Abbott shot, his fucking chest turns into a fine red mist as Harry shoots him down.
Ooh.
But the woman is still now more vocal than ever. She's screaming for John. She's calling you sons of bitches and bastards. And as your wagon approaches, she steps out of cover and starts unleashing rounds on you, Harry Bishop, and you have to jump off the wagon as Mary successfully gets out of harm's way. You're now rolling in the dirt, rolling as you come to a stop and bullets flying around you and you scrabble behind a rock somewhere.
Okay, cool.
Lady Fascinator.
Can I see the deputy who has my horse?
Absolutely, yeah. They're all firing at these guys and they're firing at them, yeah.
Cool. Do I know the name of the guy who has my horse?
Yes, I don't think we said it out loud, but you would absolutely
spend the evening with them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Deputy got my horse.
Deputy. Where's my sheet? Here we go. Deputy. There's a deputy Samuel Wills.
We'll go with him.
And there's a deputy John. There you go, Sam. Old Sammy boy.
Yeah, because there's already someone called John, so we'll go with Samuel. Right.
Yeah, why did I choose that? I'm in charge of the world, Bob.
I'm in charge of the world.
why are they all called John?
I mean, because it's one of the most common names. Jeez, you're just being realistic then.
I saw a thing inside out about when people complain about RPG realism, every road is called Church Street. Every surname is Smith. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm in charge of the world.
Right, Sammy, Deputy Sam. Yes, you can see Sam, one of the fresh-faced little nerds.
Samuel, release my horse.
Yeah. He's like, lets go of the harness and slaps the horse on the arse, and he comes charging
I
towards
do
you.
the whistle. I do the whistle thing. Lady Fascinator, could you do the whistle for me? Because I can't do it. That's it. I do that.
Nicely done.
We see this beautiful slow motion shot of Goodsteed like galloping towards its owner as this woman's firing shots and smoke and dust and everything's chaos. Belle Fascinator, what do you do?
I'm really pissed off at this woman.
You've successfully deafened a man.
Good. I want to make sure. Oh, so I've still got hold of him.
No, he's on the cart running away.
He's on the
right?
cart. I'm gonna say, if you want to be
Mary's
on the
going.
cart, yeah, it's up to you. You were on the car when you were like deafening him. Are you in the back? Were you with Harry Bishop, or did you jump off?
She'd jump off. She's a fighter. She's gonna go after this
There
woman.
you go. Then you're with the deputies, Sam and Bob. Then you are.
Yeah.
You're being shooting at this woman.
I'm going after her. Can I just do that? Can I just
You
go
can.
after her?
How do you want to do it? Do you want to like try and charge her down? You could shoot to wound. You could. How do you want to do it?
Run her into a gorge. You can stomp her with your horse. You can pull back so that you can get a sniper shot on her. You can.
I want to be like, darling, your eyebrows look really shit. You need to stop this right now.
She just drops her gun and checks her face. Like,
I think she would be. She's not scared of death. Like her lover is dead. If she died, it wouldn't be the end of the world. She'd be reunited with him. So she'd be very cool and very like. She wouldn't be hasty. She wouldn't be rushing. She'd be taking her time, but also be like getting herself ready, assessing the situation. She would be what's like pretty cool about it. Like
she's calm and collected. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, she would be shooting to kill her.
Shoot to kill. You're just putting an end to this nonsense.
Yeah.
If that's the aim, if you're like time to put a bullet in this woman and put her in the ground.
We've got a job to do, and these guys are ruining it for us. So.
Yeah, very true. And Harry Bishop has just successfully been shooting at her, and she's distracted by him. I'm gonna say roll me an aim and fire, and you can have advantage on it. Which
so what do I need to roll?
In this game means to roll 3d6 instead of 2, and then get rid of the lowest. So you're keeping the 2 highest dice.
Okay, so a 3, a 3, and a 4.
So 7. Add what are your reflexes? Your reflexes is
2. So 9.
I'm gonna offer you the same choice that Harry got. I'm gonna say you can do it. You're gonna put a bullet in her, but either you get put in danger somehow, or it's not quite as effective. The shot doesn't quite kill her. Something goes wayward in the plan.
I'm gonna go with something not quite as effective. She wouldn't be reckless.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. In which case, we have like this. I like the idea that maybe you, maybe Belle like puts a bullet into her chest, and she has like minutes to live. She has,
Okay.
You've drastically reduced her timeline down to maybe half an hour. Like
her eyebrows are shocking.
Your eyebrows are shocking. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're like. Yeah, I like the idea. Maybe now that like the guy's dead and she's on the floor breathing out blood through her mouth and a hole in her chest.
Yeah.
Maybe you like get the opportunity to be above her and be like, your makeup is terrible.
It's the eyebrows.
Just taking some like spirit liquor and like rubbing it where like she shouldn't have eyebrows, like in between, then just setting it on fire.
I like that. Yeah.
I shout down to her, like, we don't need to bother to leave anybody alive. I can talk to them after they die.
That's a very good point.
Yep. True.
You've dealt with the immediate threat. Harry Bishop, can you just roll me a flat d6, please?
Yes, I can. Here it comes.
What we call a fortune roll.
It's a 4.
A 4 is good, yeah. So Mary is all right. You can see her she's like, not all the way out of the valley. she managed to get out of harm's way. Do you maybe like give her a signal to turn around, or what's the? You've got a minute of calm. You can. This woman's bleeding out in front of you. Do you want to talk to her?
No, I'm gonna go catch up with her. I'm gonna get in the cart. I'm gonna grab 2 of the deputies, and get the deputies and be like, "Follow me, boys!" And then we're gonna ride up, and then I'm gonna hand my horse over to one of them, and I'm gonna jump back in the cart opposite John Blonde. I'll be like, "I say this to your right here because I know you can't hear out of your left, but your girlfriend's got about 10 minutes. I just wondered if you had any messages you wanted to leave her."
Amazing. Yeah. Okay, let's leave that right there. You get up in John's face and you're like, "Guess who's bleeding out, fucko?"
Yeah.
As the camera cuts back to Fascinator, and I assume the Abbot. What are you doing? Are you staying up there? Are you coming down to be on the scene with Fascinator?
Yeah, I'm gonna just ride, walk down and then ride my horse to rejoin the group.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the Abbot and Belle Fascinator are stood above, looking down on the famous, a Quentin Tarantino shot of a car boot in every single fucking film he does. Mm-hmm. You guys looking down at her as she's up against a rock and bleeding out. What do you say to her? How does this conversation go?
I take some snuff out of my pocket and I spit on it so it makes a bit of a little paste, and then I start drawing on her eyebrows. And I
really didn't know where that was going.
And I'm like, "You shouldn't die with shit eyebrows. Let me fix those."
Absolutely brutal.
That's stone cold.
You didn't need to take the fighter's brutal thing because you just get it with words.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just sat next to, I'm sat nicely next to her. I'm not scared of her. I'm just kind of making her eyebrows look good, and sat with my legs crossed next to her as she bleeds out.
Okay. What about you, the Abbot? What are you saying to her?
I want to interrogate her a little bit.
Yeah. Agreed.
What's
the line of question? What do you hope to get out of it?
So, I think I'm just gonna sit down, cross-legged, introduce myself. Maybe light some incense.
We're really making a big thing out of her death.
Yeah, well, we got time. Said we had 10 minutes. I'm just, what? It's my aim to just demonstrate that her life has no value to me.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
I'm operating slowly because
that's very what I'm getting from both of you. I'm getting a clear vibe of we set up a picnic next to her dying body so that she knows that we don't care.
Yeah.
I like that I'm the character who has a natural skill to intimidate, but you two have effortlessly discovered your own way to achieve it.
I mean,
I'm here with a big knife, being I'll cut your balls off, and you two are just laying down a little seating area and getting yourself some popcorn to watch a woman die.
I'm making her eyebrows look good.
Which is so cold. That's ice cold.
Absolutely brutal.
But yeah, so I'm gonna say, listen, there's no point in protecting him now. We're getting him to where we're getting him. Are you on his side, or are you trying to capture him for someone else?
Okay. She, she's coughing and spitting up blood, all over her lovely leather coat and tunic. Every time she wheezes, spurts of blood come out of her chest hole, and she starts speaking along the lines of, she's saying things like, first she's saying the classic you don't fucking know what you're dealing with. You don't know who that man is back there. He's just let me guess. He told you his name was Blonde. Yeah, he tells everyone a different name.
What's his real name?
She spits in your face and coughs blood, and she says, like, you think I'm fucking scared of dying? I've seen what awaits me. There's more to the world than these whispers in dust. And
like when she's got this blood coming out of her chest when she's trying to breathe, I want to like cover it up and say, "Look really disgusting right now."
Stick your finger in it and stop the bleeding.
Can you just die a little bit prettier? Like
you put your finger in and blood comes out of a different hole, like a cartoon dab. Like.
And then I'm like, what? As I do that, and I know that it's gonna hurt her, I'm like, what name did he give you?
Give me 2 seconds. I can get you a name.
While you're doing that, quick shout out to Rob, who already coined the phrase "mean dice nerds," and I feel that Kat's really grasping that.
Oh, he's Rob in the chat. I don't know who's in the chat, so I don't know who's
He was. I think
Rob in the chat. He tried to make a couple of jokes about how English people pronounce aluminium. I know, right?
It's so boring. Aluminium. Is it right?
It's a conversational life raft for people. They're like, what do I know that's British? And they're like, oh, they say words different than I do.
It's hard to make fun of people when you're constantly dodging bullets.
Oh.
Constantly what?
Dodging bullets.
That's true.
Yeah, okay, so she tells you that he's like, she knows him as, we'll say, just it's obviously like another made up name. It's, John Bull.
John Bull.
Another B name. And as the wagon comes back with Mary and Bishop, as you get off the wagon, Bishop, do you want to talk to her? What's the plan? You're a cutthroat, right? You can intimidate people.
Yeah, I do. I want to walk up and I want to walk up to her, but I want to be looking at John Blonde. I'll be like, you seem like a kind of guy who's not afraid to lose a girlfriend now and then. And I imagine that's not too difficult from a man like you, but I can speak from experience that if you lose enough people, it's going to start to hurt. I'll tell you what will really hurt. You seem like you seem as no more special than the rest of us, and every man has a mother. I'm guessing you do too. If I need to find her and kill her, I will. But for now, and I shoot this dying woman in the hip, right, I think I'm just going to talk to her.
We're like talking about a Tarantino movie, aren't we?
I mean, Bees has been hyper violent this whole time. He's really doing it.
Yeah, let's see. What do you want to get out of her? Tell me what you want to get from her, and I'll tell you how John. I want to frame the scene as a whole thing together.
My all I want to do is unsettle John, and use my intimidation to assist Lady Fascination and the Abbot, who are already doing an incredible job. I don't have
you want to. That's the goal here. Is to intimidate
interest.
John.
I want to upset John. I don't want to intimidate him. I want to upset John, and I want to intimidate her. To let her know that she can suffer plenty more before she expires, to help out whatever the Abbot, Lady Fascinator have got going on. Because Harry, I've got no interest. I don't care. My job is to take this man from A to B, and this dying woman's going to be dead in a minute, so she ain't going to be stopping us. So, but I know Abbot and I know Lady Fascinator they've got a thing, and I wouldn't have made it this far without them. So if this helps them out, shoot her in the hip, put a little fear in her, then whatever they're doing, I hope it helps.
How is John restrained in the wagon? Describe it.
He's wearing iron shackles. Said he had shackles on his ankles and his wrists, and that they were joined by a chain. I think last session.
Or
I'm imagining.
I think that's right. That sounds right.
But let's imagine that. If you ask me anyway, that's what he's got going on. So he's got that, and then that in turn is like chained up to 2 points in the back of the cart that like have hoops on them. So the chains on him are in turn
he's chained up
round.
and chained into the wagon itself.
Yeah, exactly. So when Lady Fascinator pulled him out, he wasn't actually ever able to run away from it. He was just like pulled around it. So he's never getting more than 10 foot from this wagon.
Sure, yeah. No roll required. You fire off. We all see Harry Bishop just put a revolver round into this woman's hip, and as she shrieks in pain and agony, John leaps up for you, Harry Bishop, and like a film where a prisoner gets right up to the bars and then stops, he like inches from your face as you like just calmly pull back a little as his chains like restrain him. You see like what's the term? Like a flash of like blood in his skin. Like his skin gets hot and his like face flushes red, and you've really got under his nerves. And more importantly, you see his eyes for a split second go entirely black and then back to normal again. He just loses control for a split second. You see there's something there that's not what it should be. As he
fantastic.
Fucking leaps and then like regains his composure, and as he like she shrieks in pain, he leaps at you, realizes that he's shown his hand somewhat, and sort of sits back down, pants in breath, and is like, I care about her less than I care about my goddamn ear. Hey, you! And he points to Belle, and he's like, you owe me a hearing aid, god damn it. As he's like tapping his ear.
While he's making that bullshit, I'm heading over. I open my revolver, and I shake out the remaining 5 bullets in it, and I go into my saddlebag, and I'm gonna rummage and pull out what Harry would carry around for such things. I want to pull out a set of expensive silver bullets, and I want him to see me pull them out.
Okay, several things at once here. Okay, brilliant. Abbott, I want you to remove panicked from your trauma list. You are no longer panicked. This situation is very much in your guys' control. Belle, you're not exactly sure why, because the way human perspective works, but for a split second, your gun handle got warm.
I was gonna ask about that.
Just for a brief moment, your garters were like, ooh!
Okay.
Tom, does that mean that the next time something traumatic happens that I fill in level 1 again?
Yeah, so you can have 3 level 1s, 2 level 2s, 2 level 3s, and it stacks up like a pyramid.
Okie dokie. Brilliant. Okay.
And it's purely fictional, but it's just there to remind us as we're playing.
Cool. Yeah, no, it does say that, and never mind.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Slowly load 6 silver
You
bullets
you need to roll me a rummage. Rummage is a roll, my friend.
All right.
So you are rolling me. I can't even remember my own rule. You're just rolling. It's 2d6 plus nothing.
What is a 6 and a 1 is a 7.
A 6 and a 1 is a 7. So, I will offer you one of either. I'm reading it so we all know the rules. I will offer you one of either the item isn't exactly what you wanted, or the item is for whatever reason 1 use only, or the item is at best awkward and at worst dangerous. And I'm going to say, it's unfortunately not exactly what you wanted. It is silver you've pulled out from your collection as a monster hunter. You have like a hoop and a key fob, and it's all different holy symbols. You have like a crucifix and a Jewish symbol and a Buddhist symbol. Has anyone seen The Mummy? It's what the guy has in The Mummy, what Benny has. It's like a thing full of holy symbols, full of silver holy symbols, and you're like, that cool like guy who like spins his keys. You're like trying to fucking intimidate some motherfuckers with like goddamn pressing holy symbols into people. You've got something to work with. It's not quite bullets, but it is.
I didn't pull out silver bullets, but I pulled out.
He sees it. You got like a fucking ring of like silver religious holy symbols. Make sure to write that on your sheet because I'm absolutely going to forget.
Holy symbol keychain.
Is there anything that anyone wants to say to this mysterious lady that is currently shrieking in pain before she expires?
I tell her to stop moving so much whilst I'm trying to do her eyebrows.
Lady Fascinator, you're really doing excellent work here.
Yeah.
I want to
You're
know.
like gargling blood, and you're like, oh my god, you're so dramatic.
Yeah. Stop.
It's like doing eyeliner in a taxi.
Yeah.
I want to search her for like any kind of religious iconography or occult symbols or trinkets.
Absolutely. So you're not even speaking to her. You're just like fucking.
Yeah, I mean,
checking her body.
She spit blood in my face. We're done.
Yeah.
Like
Talking's over.
Yeah.
Now you have mono.
Yeah.
And I didn't even get a kiss.
By session 2, Abbott dies of consumption.
He's just really tired all the time. Like, just every time it comes around to it, Abbott, you have to skip a turn. You're just really tired.
I'm gonna say it sounds like a reason roll. Sounds like you're trying to reason about shit that you're finding on her. Let's have you roll. Yeah, plus smarts.
All right. 2d6.
2d6. Add
Plus
your smarts. Yeah.
And that is a 3. That is a 5. That's a 10 total.
That's a 10 total. Amazing. You're like, as she's, shouting in your face and gargling blood, as you're like just ignoring her, as you are checking her arms and her legs and like you're checking her torso and things. She has a sudden like turn of attitude where she was defiant, spitting at you, and she's starting to get a little panicked as she realizes that both the end is close and that John is not helping. She very much expected John to be doing more than just sitting back and pretending that he cares more about his ear. And she begins to shout, John, you son of a, I can't believe you. I should have listened to them. I should have listened to them.
I stick my finger in her hip wound.
She screams, as
I'm busy here. Can you be quiet?
I continue to just lock eyes with John.
Yeah, not you. I was speaking to her.
Yeah.
Yes, as you you maybe pull out like a little switchblade and you're like cutting garments of clothing off and you're checking skin and things. She has on her shoulder, one of her shoulders here, a brand, not a tattoo. Someone has branded her like a cattle brand, right?
Yeah.
You recognize the brand, the symbol, from John's arm tattoos of all the markings he's got on his arms.
Yeah.
You're not quite sure what the meaning is behind it, but like he can exert some kind of power over her. That is like an occult symbol that she has branded on her.
Can I sketch it?
Absolutely. You can make it make a mark of it.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, like, I guess I may as well check the shoulder of the other guy, once we're leaving.
Yep. We can do a flash forward. He has one too. Sure. You check the corpses. They are both branded with one of these marks that John has tattooed on him.
Okay. Perfect.
Miss Bell, are you doing anything before this lady expires? Other than I assume correcting her lip liner.
Right, so if I wanted to do my death stare thing, is there anything that I have to do for it?
Absolutely not. That's the magic of the rule. Your ability as the fighter is that you can just kill people.
Okay.
And so sorry, go
So
on.
is John still like watching from the carriage?
John is pretending not to look. John is in the back, pretending to not care about, and he's doing a good job of it. From all you can tell, he's like completely nonchalant.
So I'm gonna go over to John and I'm gonna say, John, come here. I've got something that I want you to see.
As he's like, he makes like vulgar sexual innuendos. He's like, what you got to show me? I can think of a thing or two a lady like you's got on offer.
I forgot my accent. You see my beautiful eyes?
He's like, yeah, I can see myself in them. As he like gets closer.
Yeah, I'm like, look what they can do. And I turn around and I make sure that he sees this. And I look at did she have a name? The woman on the floor?
She never revealed her name. No, just mysterious John's associate lady friend.
I look at mysterious
Screaming dying woman with bad eyebrows.
Yeah. Well, no, she's got good ones now. I fixed them.
That's my new Steam name.
Watered down snuff. And then I do the death.
You do your ability.
And then she like explodes. And a
amazing.
Soul,
Again, just to read out rules. So Belle Fascinator is unleashing her weird ruination, whose power is, as a fighter, you can crush your enemies or kill your foes or finish off a nemesis. And you are doing it to kill this woman in, I assume, spectacular glory and gory.
Yes.
Describe what it looks like when you maim someone's soul. What happens to this poor woman?
I look at her, and when I look at her, my vision turns. I focus on who it's aimed at, and my vision turns black and white, but my person that I aim at turns into like a metal liquid form. So it's kind of like a target thing. And then they have to lock eyes with me, which she does, because she notices that there's something funny going on with me. And then literally right before it happens, she has this look in her face that is just like she goes to like scream, like her mouth falls open and twisted, and like she goes to as if she's gonna go and jump out the way, and then she just explodes.
Like literally like a visceral, like you all get covered in woman.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Amazing. Yeah. You're all like, John's in the back pretending not to notice, and as the camera like looks at his face and it's just like there with his handcuffs, suddenly just like red paint on one side of his face as he like looks round. Yeah. And you are all looking at what I can only assume is like a red splat mark on the floor.
Yes.
So I pull out a handkerchief from my top pocket and wipe my face. I'm like, Lady Belle,
Bishop's having a good time.
Lady Belle, we have spoken about this before.
And I'm like, I told you to shut your mouth.
The audience gets a montage of times that this has happened before in the past.
Just me like talking to someone like with a knife against their throat, and then them just like popping
and then
in my face.
Explode.
And me like with an arm around someone and like laughing and telling a joke. And then like, another time of me like playing cards and then putting a good card down and then just exploding, and me looking over to Lady Fascinator with all of her cards being like, did I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. The music in the background is like the Beatles, Get Bowed a Little Help from My Friends. It's just like you two just
bodies.
I get bowed a little help. There's just people exploding everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm now I've taken I'm now in my waist.
True, yeah.
I'm now in my waistcoat and shirt, the only clean parts of the top half of me, and I've used my jacket to take the rest of the blood off me, and I've rolled up tight and put it into my saddlebag. I'm less than impressed.
Dude, did we get any kind of reaction off John?
First, Miss Belle, can you roll me a 1d6 and half it, please? Because you have to take some of the steps on your ruination track.
But I got a 5.
You got a 5, works out as a 3. So can you please just put on your sheet somewhere, just write weird powers and then a 3 next to it, just so we know how many you've...
Okay.
It's like a little counter that fills up, so that when you get to
if
10,
you hit 10, you turn
into a monster. You've used your weird so much
Okay.
that you can't be around people anymore because you keep making them explode.
Fine.
John's going to take a few minutes to like clean himself up and get the stuff that's behind his ears and inside his nose. RB.
You're Harry, not John.
Harry Bishop cleans his
Yes,
orifices.
thank you. Harry does.
Yeah, this
amazing.
could be a good break time because I need to do a little fluid exchange.
Sure, yeah. Same, can we all break? I know we're live streaming. Is that a thing that's
Yeah.
done?
I mean,
I
like,
don't mind.
I'll hang.
You guys can go if you want, and I'll.
Okay. I'll be right back. I'll be super fast.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't think we have any viewers right now, anyway. So.
All right. Okay, that's fine.
Oh wait, holy shit! Yes, we do. We got one. We got at least somebody
wish-
other than me and bees.
I
Hi.
wish it would tell you who was watching. That'd be nice.
No. I.
What do you mean
Yeah,
no?
like because I feel like it would be too much pressure on the one person watching, you know, like if we knew who it was. I like that's why like it always really stresses me out when like I accidentally click on an Instagram like live story or whatever, or no, Instagram live, because
Yeah.
like they know that you're watching and I'm like, oh god, oh no, and then I immediately leave.
Oh no, I don't know. It's kind of like when I do this, I don't see who's like chatting or anything.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Hang on, my mum's asking me for a favor, and I'm just like, I'm on Twitch.
Yeah, I try to pay attention to the chat, and like I like to shout people out in the chat, like, you know, because they can actually hear it instead of just typing. But then, you know,
Oh dear. I wonder what's going to happen next. But I'm quite excited at the same time.
yeah. I mean, this is really fun. I'm loving this.
Mm.
While
It's
Tom's gone, we can talk about how good a GM he is.
Yeah, he's very good. He's very patient, which is good for me because, like, I forget a lot, or I get mixed up a lot, or I need stuff explaining to me a lot.
No.
Yeah.
No.
If you could go back and change your character, would you? Or are you quite happy with your character? Or
What,
is there anything...
for this game?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thrilled. I think like the weirder it gets, the more my character is gonna have like kind of his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And you know, like I'm just honestly all my characters are just slight variations of myself because you know, it's the easiest thing to do while I'm drinking.
Same. Oh my no.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, I mean the posh fighter archetype I've met before.
Oh dear. What time is it there now?
Oh, it's like 1:30 p.m.
Oh god.
Yeah, I just when
Time
we do
differences are
this,
so weird.
I just do day drinking.
Yeah.
like especially because you know, like I'll have.
Did you just
whatever.
come back with like a handful of beers?
Of course he did. Of course he did.
I saw you come back like
Like 6 beers in hand. Like yeah.
I'm like some kind of goblin.
What are you drinking?
I've got San Miguel's, and I've made and then forgot downstairs I had some of the Comfort and Coke.
I've
Really?
not had Southern Comfort in ages. It's a very cowboy drink.
A cowboy drink for
It's
cowboy
like
times.
bubblegum to me. Like
It is like, it's really sweet, yeah.
yeah.
Not to date myself too much, but I used to drink a lot of Southern Comfort and play NHL 97 on my PlayStation.
Gosh.
What a sentence.
All right. Now I'm gonna break. Now that everybody's
Go.
Okay.
HotDiceNerds.com. The
HotDiceNerds.com.
energy of using, of killing someone but not killing them, and then spending your time making their eyebrows better while mocking them, and then using your magic power that can kill everyone in a room to just kill someone who is already dying is the coldest thing. It could remove warts.
People have taken off verrucas with.
Absolute, the power move of it. I am personally a little terrified of Blade of Fascinator. So, someone wants to play this game, Tom. If they buy the copy, they get the GM guide, right?
If they buy the copy, they get the GM guide. Exactly. Yeah. So it's.
If you're a player, you can get basically everything you need as a player for free, and then
if you're a player, you can play for free because you get all the character sheets. You don't even really need those, if we're being completely honest. And the GM, if you have ran in a cinematic-y, improv-y games before, I mean, I know I'm trying to sell copies, but you don't need it. You know, it's cowboys. Do cowboy things.
yeah,
If you do want
it's
it,
nice to have an assisting tool though. So like
if
something
you do want
to
it, it contains a ton of useful stuff. I've deliberately written everything to be as actionable as possible. It's a bunch of things that are bullet points and tables for if you're sat with your friends now playing it now. You can pull the PDF up and it will have things for you to use.
Yeah. So if you're not a super experienced GM who knows how to run a game effortlessly based off the player sheets, or if you're an experienced GM but like you just don't want to fucking dick around with it and you want a shorthand version that lets you just pull out examples and quickly answer questions, then like worth grabbing a copy. But yeah, as a group of players, if you know what you're doing or you just want to have a play at it, you can
If you
just
want to
get a
dip your
copy for
toes
free.
in, take a look at the character sheets, and if the things there don't excite you, that's fair enough, and it's probably not for you. But if they do, then I'm sure you'll have fun.
There's one player type we're missing because like I'm a sneak, and then
we need
are
a thinker.
fighter.
We
We're
need a
missing a
thinker.
thinker. That's it. They're like problem solvers, right? They're like investigators.
Yeah. So they have lots of abilities around making plans and then getting bonuses to your plans. And
Okay, so if we had a thinker when we were heading up to that gorge, thinker could have come together with a plan, and if we'd followed their plan, we'd have been more advantaged in the scenario.
you would have got a ton of bonuses and things. Yeah. They have the idea that like if everyone follows your lead on what you're doing and follows your idea, you get to say that your thinker gets to declare impossible things to be true relating
Like
to
an
the plan.
intelligence-based bard.
So they get to say, look, I've come up with a plan. There won't be any bad guys on the top level of that gorge. There won't be room for them to do something. There won't be this.
I've seen enough of these gorges in my time to know that no one's making their way up top and getting
Exactly.
a clear shot
You've
down.
you've done a big thunk, and you've got your way around the problem.
Nice.
So yeah, they're a more sort of abstracted class that's fun with like playing with bigger picture stuff, I guess is a way to phrase it. But
Yeah. Plus, I mean, like sometimes when you play in a group, there's like someone who's always got a plan. So like it's a great role
exactly,
for
yeah.
them as
There's
well.
often players that prefer, like I want to be the guy that I don't like getting shot at in real life or in the game, and I don't want people to shoot at me. I want to stay back. I want to think my way around problems.
Yeah, they want to be the
It's a
person that
class
does
for
the
them.
hoist montage scene for how it'll go, but
Yeah,
then like
exactly,
just wants to be in the van on the radio during the event.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I was the police. I was the whole time.
Yeah, the whole
behind
time,
the
yeah.
curtain. You know?
They have an ability where if they dig up enough dirt, they can declare that two named NPCs that we have in the story are actually related, and they get to say how they're related. And they get to say, dude, I found a journal, and it turns out that John is the son of someone, and they have that pulling the strings vibe.
Oh yeah.
Because some people don't like getting stabbed. That's okay. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, we just made a woman explode. That was pretty sick.
When we say we, I mean, let's be clear here.
The collective we, it was very much Belle Fascinator, who, as a woman was dying after realizing that her boss / master / mystery man had betrayed her or not helped her, with her despair in her final moments, you thought, I'm going to do her a kindness, I'm just going to blow her up.
Yeah.
Is there enough for the Abbot to work with?
I think that's up to Belle, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, the other guys,
Scoop up a little bit of goo together.
Yeah, like plus I can just wipe my face and talk to that if I need to. Like,
we're really pushing the definition of what a corpse is.
As long as you got the jawbone, you're good.
I mean, do I need 51% of it? Like
the Brexit of corpses.
You're trying to talk to it. You keep getting like bits of gravel and dirt, and you're like, no.
No, that's a sheep from a while ago.
if I need to talk to anyone, I'll talk to the other guy. But
I like the idea of you spending 20 minutes gathering 51% of goop. Just like in a big pile and be like, I think that's enough.
Like, anybody got a shovel?
Wringing out
I have a
shirts
vial.
and stuff.
Good as the vial. Scoop it up.
Fuck. I mean, there's so much dirt. We could just use a broom at this point.
Okay, yeah. So your objective, Belle, in exploding this lady was to intimidate John, to upset John, to see what.
To get a reaction.
To get a reaction.
He had a little bit of a reaction before, and I wanted to see if we'd get another one or something a little bit different, because it got quite clear he wasn't going to help her.
Yeah.
And maybe I don't know, maybe she might have spilled a little bit more information, but now we'll never know.
And yeah, I like the idea that maybe it's more like he's so aware that he lost himself for a moment before that he doesn't do it again, but he just like he loses the cocky veneer that he has, this arrogance that he has, sort of fades away into just a almost scary coldness as it's the first time he's not been running his mouth for the last 48 hours as you've been riding with him.
Yeah.
And he just the veneer drops, and maybe you get a flash of your pistol handle, and just that veneer drops, and you think, is something happening? No, he's just angry, and he reaches back to the level of calm. The sheriff and the deputies are still knocking around. Does anybody want to speak to them in any way? They are, very clearly, deliberately letting you handle things, as you are the expertise, the hired expertise.
I'd like to go up to the sheriff and be like, do you smoke, sheriff?
He has like a fun, sort of tips his hat up and like, I fucking do now. Puts it back down.
I pull out a little tobacco from my pouch and a couple of papers, and I'm like, maybe roll a cigarette for you and for your boys, and then I go and roll a couple, and roll 3, and I head over to Mary, offer Mary one.
Yeah, we see your hands calmly take out filters and rolling paper, and his hands shakily take it, and he goes to lick it, and he's like, ha ha, dry mouth, ha ha ha, and has to make some spit and do it, and he gives his 3 deputies, and they're just silent shock. One of them we see he picks.
As I see him shaking, I give him a little reassurance that isn't really reassurance. I just pat him on the arm and go 3 more days, Sheriff.
Yeah, and he's like, well, yeah, counting down the minutes. One of the deputies maybe picks a bit of brain out of his shoe, looks at it and drops it, and it's just this. They're all in complete shell shock.
Yeah. At least they've got a roll up. Yeah.
They've got a rolling. And you give one to Mary. What are you saying to Mary?
I'll give one to Mary, and then I give one to to John as well and light his for him.
Okay.
I light mine and I offer the lighter over to Mary.
How we set up? Is it? Are you three now? Like, are you all in the back of the wagon together? How is this?
He's tied to the back of the wagon. I'm stood on the ground. She's on the horse.
Sure.
So I put one in his mouth and I light it for him. I light mine, but I don't light hers. I just offer her the lighter, so she can light her own.
Yeah, which she does. No problem. She thanks you for it. Clicks the lighter back.
What do you what do you make of we just saw?
She gives you like a well, these are strange times. Strange times we're living in. Men like him. Things like that. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna tell you that I've seen worse. But it's not the worst thing that could have happened. They clearly knew that son of a bitch.
I look over at the like red and brown mess that was previously a person. So like, seems like more than a floozy.
She says like maybe we get a bit of in fact, you know what, she wants to take you to one side. Do you let her take you to she wants to like she's like come here. I will like lean in suddenly and like John here. As Harry Bishop and as Harry
point the gun at fuckface in the meantime.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like as Harry and Mary just they go to one side and Abbott's holding this gun at John. You see John again, no cockiness. He just takes like just 3 or 4 huge drags on this cigarette, and then like whereas he maybe would have flicked it at you or made some comment, he just like puts it. He doesn't drop it. He puts it onto the wagon floor, never breaking eye contact, and like stamps it out. And it's just this completely cold veneer that he has. As Mary says to you, Harry, she sort of she doesn't let on that she knows more about the world. She doesn't let on about her like witch's talisman or anything like that. She tells you like, look, there may be more to me than what I'm letting on, but I got my reasons for keeping my cards close to my chest. Okay, I appreciate you and I appreciate what you and your people are doing here, but she like with her final breath, she like does the last of the cigarette and like puts it on the floor and like leans in close to you, making sure that the sheriff doesn't hear, and says, I ain't the bad guy, but there's more here than what you know. And she like walks back to the wagon and like makes small talk with the deputies.
Good to know. I feel like I'm building a rapport with Mary.
Got a bit of a rapport going on. You know there's more to her, and she's starting to let slip that there is, and you think that
I've made it clear that like be your own person.
Be your own person. You're okay with a bit of weirdness, and she's getting that sense as well.
A little weird and just here to do his job and I understand her pain.
This is Babes in real life.
So I guess.
Weird.
So like before we
cool and normal.
It's just a normal innocent man.
Just a normal cowboy. Just an innocent cowboy.
What do you mean normal cowboys?
Shall we? Shall we? Is there anything that anybody wants to, say to the deputies or the sheriff or Abbott? Do you want to talk to this corpse? Is there anything else that anybody wants to do before we sort of like montage travel a little bit?
No, I'm ready to go.
I wanna rummage through their horses, the horses of the riders that came towards us.
Sure, yeah. I guess it's up to you. I'll let you roll a rummage if you want, or I can just tell you some random stuff that you find. I have like a little table here that if are you looking for
latter.
something?
You tell me,
Okay.
what I find.
Roll me a couple of d6, please. Oh, and Harry Bishop, remember you've done your rummage this session. You can only rummage your horse once per session.
Got it.
Okay, so that's a 5 and 2. I got a 7.
A 7. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, unless I get to add anything to it, which I probably don't.
No, there's nothing. You're just looking through dead bodies. You find. I'm gonna say. Yeah, that phase. You find what is, I guess, an extremely rudimentary form of body armor. As you're looking on them, it's like not good. It's wrecked. They've got like effectively what amounts to metal plates inside woven fabric to try and if someone shoots you in the chest, it absorbs. It covers 75% of your torso. It's a bit wrecked. It's a bit. You could put it on if you wanted, but it wouldn't be the most comfortable thing. It might be a bit awkward to wear. It's not fitted.
No, that explains why I didn't kill him when I shot him the first fucking time.
You are learning that these guys were like a bit more tooled up than perhaps what you first thought.
Yeah. Okay.
Now's a good time to interject the little. Yeah, you find the brand on the man as well as you're digging through his things.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah. So, if we're ready to move again, could everybody roll me a d6, please? Just one each.
2. Sorry, my
Was that a human number?
2.
Yeah,
2.
I got a 1. I got the number 1.
The number 1, open bracket 1.
Close bracket.
I was letting it hang there because it's spooky.
No, I wouldn't let that
3.
fucking fly. Beast
So
is
we
holding
rolled-
up the number 3. For those listening at home.
For those listening,
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
we got a 1.
Well, we
a
put
1
on
and
a
a 2 and a
Spotify,
3.
so holding up a 3 doesn't really do much.
Yeah. So you make it's not great progress. You find yourself winding your way through this valley and this gorge for much of the rest of the day. The like smoke of the gunfire is thick in the air that you leave behind as you go into nightfall, and I assume camping. You making a camp at some point? Are you pressing on through the night?
We didn't see anything on our way.
No,
Yeah,
you didn't know.
I'd be willing to, take shifts and ride through the night, or I'd be willing to camp, whatever y'all.
I don't think
I'm
the
thinking-
deputies will make it through the night. You make those boys ride, they're awake all night. Either we stop, leave them refreshed.
I'm thinking, yeah, you've lost time because of this, but if you don't camp, you'll be not in a great situation the next day.
I mean, I think these kids are going to die. At least let them die with wide eyes.
What color are their shirts? Are they red?
Yeah.
All right, let's just make the blood harder to see. So.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, so you have yourself a little camp bed. So you're camping out in this gorge. We get the lovely wide pan shots of like the orange cavern wall behind you, of the big sandstone valley that you're in, and your wagon and a little campfire pulled up. John is terrifyingly awake. Not just awake. He's unusually, upsettingly awake. He is staring at each of you in turn. He is cold and calculating and scheming about something. As you, not much happens in the night. As you maybe, I assume we take shifts or something like that. You guys want to take shifts to watch John.
Yeah, we'll let Mary have a
if
shift
nothing
as well,
else.
because she desperately wants to watch him.
Okay, you let Mary have a shift. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So.
You reckon that's wise, Bishop?
Made a deal with her and she gave me a handshake. I trust her.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, you all head down to the Land of Nod as Mary takes watch of John. Right. The sheriff is the sheriff is like, you know, leaning up against a rock, sleeping with a rat, like, you know, nodding off, and the deputies are like fast out as you are on your little bedrolls camped up. As Mary assures you, I'm just going to keep my eye on him for 4 hours. You know, it's no problem. Nothing's gonna happen.
Keep one eye open.
You Abbott, keep one eye open. Let's.
I've got an eye mask on.
You've got all eyes closed. You're
Yeah.
fully. Even if you open your eyes, you can't see anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea. Maybe let's. Yeah, as you're all asleep, Abbott. Mary wakes you up and like very, you know, calmly and gently, like, you know, leans in, just like gives you a quick push. Whispers like, "Come here." And as you like stand up, and you know your friends are sleeping right now, you're within earshot. They're right there sleeping. Mary says, very directly, and like surprisingly to the point, because you've not had the repertoire with her the same way that Bishop has. She says, "I need you to show me the symbol that they had branded on them. I know they had." She calls it like like a term. She calls it like, you know, like, I know they had a binding mark. Show me the mark. I saw you take a note of it. I didn't want to look myself. I knew the sheriff has been watching me. What mark was it? Do you let her know?
Yeah, I hold up my little sketch.
Amazing. She reveals to you. We get a great scene where Abbott is like maybe like half asleep and he's like, "Fucking, how do you know what?" Okay, and like shows you the thing, and she, fully alert, is like, "Right, we don't have a lot of time," and rolls up her sleeves, and she has tattoos on her arms, the same way that John does. They're not the same markings, but she has like tattoos on symbols on her arms. And she
Did
says,
they lift a boiling kettle? Is that what I assume?
like, here. We're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she says to you, like, "Look, I know you're not trained in this. I can see that you are experienced in the occult and the supernatural." She like sees your incense burner and, you know, maybe like other little telltale signs, and she says like, "You know, I know you're not experienced. Even if all you do is just keep watch on him, you're the one I trust to reveal this to." And then she like gets in close. We have like the moment that the music stops, and she looks at you and says, "I'm gonna bind him," and then like walks to the wagon and is starting to do something. Something is happening. Oh my god! What does the Abbot do?
I'm sorry. She said she was gonna bind him.
Bind him.
Bind. Do I have any experience or knowledge of the binding?
She called the markings a binding as well, right?
She
Yeah.
did. I'm gonna say. I know we keep falling back on it. I'm gonna say, roll me a reason, but with advantage. You've been maybe studying this mark. You know you've done a bit of learning on this now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3. Also 3. Yeah, so 2 3s. And then is that plus anything?
Sorry. So with advantage, did you roll 3 dice?
I did. I got
Okay.
a 3, a 3, and a 1.
Oh,
Okay.
But then do I add my smarts?
And then you add smarts.
Okay, so I got an 8 total.
An 8 total, perfect. Okay. We, the audience, see as Abbott has like a quick fucking the bit in the film where the character puts everything together, as you like suddenly fucking click into place.
the mathematician gif where all the symbols.
We get that, yeah. We get like Julia Roberts looking around a room as like.
Yeah, the reciprocal of cosine to the power of sine. Yeah, we're good.
Lots of.
Yeah, as the Abbot realizes that that man and that woman couldn't not work for John. You don't know what John like exactly his power, or how he gets it, that sort of thing. You do know that they were like enslaved to him. He'd done some kind of magic where they were literally his to own and use like tools, and so that's why she was so hurt. Maybe she it's some sort of selling your soul deal. They were enslaved to him, and that if you meet more of his followers in future, you might be able to break that in some way. That's something that you can do. The people that work for him aren't loyal to him. They are literally bound to him in some way, shape, or form somehow. You learn that. And you learn that Mary, you don't know what the fuck a binding is, but she's about to do something to him now. And it's all happening very quickly. Are you taking her lead?
I'm gonna try to stop her. Mary. I understand what you want to. I don't understand what you want to do. I understand that you want to do it. However, we are the people tasked with this job. You are not. We need to discuss it before you make a decision.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Yeah. Very nice. Roll me a manipulate. That sounds good. Roll me. You get to roll. It's 2d6 plus your cunning or your smarts, whichever you prefer.
Brilliant. 2d6. 3. 2 plus 2. 7.
7. Okay. She. Yeah. You're trying to convince her to like you say, yeah, don't fucking do this right now. This is our problem.
Yeah.
Right. That the goal here is to stop her doing whatever the fuck she's about to do. You successfully stop her. But she, she's not happy about it, and she wakes up. She starts kicking off, and people start waking up. Yeah, that people start waking up. The sheriff gets roused up, and the deputies, Harry Bishop, Belle Fascinator, everyone starts to wake up, and you all see this scene where the Abbot is trying to calm Mary, and Mary is unraveling a little bit. She's losing her temper with the situation, and she's like pointing fingers and saying, "You people do not know the son of a bitch that you're dealing with. He is not who you think he is." And, yeah, go.
To point my gun at John. I'm going to walk up between Abbott and Mary. Say, look, is everything all right here?
She's like, you need to tell your man, you need to tell your man to get in line, get with the show, or hit the dirt. This is bigger than us. This is bigger than you. This is bigger than me. We have to deal with him
and stuff. Do I have any idea what's going on here, or?
You are now 100% convinced and aware that she is a spell caster of some sort. She's a witch or a hexer or a magic dealer.
Sure. Okay. I'd like to look over at the sheriff and the deputies and be like, "Don't worry, sheriff. I got this. You boys get some rest."
Yeah. I mean, yeah. They are alarmed And the sheriff is like, not taking it. He's like, what the fuck? Mary, we brought you along because, you know, I felt I owed a moral debt to you. He killed your husband, I understand that. I understand the gravity of the situation. But you can't be out here raving.
I want to step between Abbott and Mary, and as I do, give Mary a wink, and then put my hand on the sheriff's shoulder and be like, Sheriff, you know how women get.
I didn't see the wink, so I'm very offended.
I'm gonna kiss Bishop on the cheek when he gets between us.
Wow. What do you do, Belle? This situation's all getting a bit heavy. Things are getting a bit on top here. The whole time John's just fucking motionlessly staring at you all as Mary's like, we need to deal with this fucking son of a bitch right. He cannot go back to Blackwater. He can't cross the border. We deal with him now. And the Abbot's trying to calm things down, and the Bishop's trying to put the sergeant to rest. The sheriff, sorry.
I'm just so sick of you men trying to tell us women what to do. And whilst I'm doing it, I'm like making my hair look really pretty. And like, Mary, darling, is there anything that I can help you with?
Yeah, she's like, yeah, you can explain to them that, you know, she joins you in the like, yeah, these fucking stupid men walking around here with their, you know, they got their gun between their pants, thinking that they're Billy the Kid. They don't understand what they're dealing with. Surely you get it. I know what this situation is. I know who that is. That is not who you think he is.
Well, who is he?
Okay. Okay. The sheriff and the deputies who are like, you know, they're trying to get in to like just, you know, be next to John and, you know, calm Mary down, and Bishop's like, give it a rest and everything. One of the deputies, somebody roll me a d6. Roll me, anyone. Roll a d6. 5. That is poor Bob. Poor Bob the deputy, gets a little too close to John in the back of the wagon as everyone's moving around and trying to calm the situation down. And we, the audience, watch as Bobby is, for a brief moment, you know, he's like not even got his gun on John. A stupid mistake. As he turns and looks back at you, and there's like a bit of an argument forming. He turns back to John. Lady Fascinator, your gun becomes scorching hot against your leg. It becomes fiery, supernatural things are happening. As John lunges at the deputy and like grabs him, and you will say, yeah, it's Abbott. Yeah, you're the one that's speaking to Mary and dealing with this like first. You see this happen, Abbott. You see John lunge for poor Bobby the deputy, and in a brief moment, you think he's gonna like bite his neck or something. Like he's like right in close up next to him, with his hands shackled, but like grabbing his neck and his collar and his scruff of his throat. And instead, he, what I can only describe as, plants a kiss on him. They lock faces, intensely so. Your gun is boiling against your leg, Lady Fascinator. As there is, you know, a sensation of, you know, like someone blasting you in the face with a hairdryer. It's just like a hot air for just like a brief second of time. And you all turn around, you know, you're all stunned and you all turn around. Poor Bobby the deputy stumbles back out of the wagon as John's body falls to the ground. John shackled up, like collapses down on the floor. Bobby the deputy, who is like just, you know, stunned like that, we see a horrible, the sound of bones cracking as his body is racked in seizures and fits for a brief moment, and then hands on his knees like that, like panting, like as he turns around. I want you to can you all roll me, please, everybody, a react to danger with. I'll let you have. In fact, now I'm going to insist a react to danger with reflexes, please, as I quickly just run for a bathroom break. Sorry.
What's that?
You're rolling 2d6 and you're adding your reflexes to it. Just 2 seconds.
Huh. Well, I almost got a negative number, but fortunately, I got a 1.
How come?
Oh no, I got a 2. Because my reflexes are -1.
Oh no.
So I got a.
1 minute. I'm gonna shoot 2 ticks. I'm right back.
Yes. How'd you do, Bees? Oh, I can't hear you
Muted.
again.
Sorry, I got a 9.
Oh.
There's other people in my house, so I'm trying to mute myself and not needing to speak. I got a 9. I got a 5 and a 3, and I get to add 1 to it. I was looking at my character sheet to see if there's anything as the sneak with my in the shadow selection and the never saw me coming selection. If there's anything I can use to do that, I can tail a target and slip around in the middle of as the fight starts, and I can slip around enemies instead of tackling straight on.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was my plan to get weird.
Howdy,
Okay.
Tom. So we're all rolling
Yeehaw.
reflexes. Is this, if I wanted to use my never saw me coming, is this involved? Is this like a separate roll after this, or is this my never saw me coming? Because it says
I'm gonna
never
say
saw me coming as a fight is starting. That's how that starts.
I'm going to say you can use that immediately after we resolve this react to danger stuff.
Okay, cool.
You're all reacting to danger, and then, yeah, as a fight is started, as I assume it is about to.
It certainly seems like a fight is starting.
So, what you missed, Tom, is that I, using a 1 and a 2 that I rolled, and then subtracting 1, got a total of 2.
Have you considered rolling higher?
Oh man, that's it. He's cracked it.
Game changer.
I don't we haven't. The only games we've played together, you've just watched me consistently fail. Which is like, if I'm being honest, a theme in my life.
You'd be like, yeah, I know EB. The E stands for can't, and the B stands for roll.
He likes to play on hard mode, which is loaded dice, but badly.
Just weighted die that only land on 1.
They're bicycle dice. It's the same company that makes the cards. Why would they lie? What would they possibly stand to gain?
The idea that you've accidentally bought trick dice. You've never looked at one all at once and realised every side is one.
Not even weighted. They're literally just one on
they're
all
just
sides.
all you've
Evenly
never thought
weighted.
to look at them.
When I was a kid, I had a coin that said, heads I win, tails you lose. And it worked really well on my sister. A lot of times.
That's hilarious if you're either 8 years old or 68 years old, and there is nowhere in between.
Which I was. That's
yeah, exactly.
I was 68. I have the Benjamin.
68.
Benjamin
You're
Button.
Benjamin Buttoning.
Yeah.
It worked really well on my sister last Christmas.
I mean, but she's 30 something. That's probably the stupidest decade, right?
For sure.
No, come on. 20s is easily the stupidest decade.
I know. I was.
This, I mean, in your teens, you're stupid, but like, someone's keeping an eye out.
I
for
was no. Well, I mean, I feel like no matter what, I'm just gonna look at myself 10 or 20 years in the past and be like, oh my god, I was so dumb. And because like I do that with like 1 week in the past, but with embarrassment, like like, oh god, and it just takes longer to catch up.
I see those memes about people who like are in the shower and remembering awful, like cringy moments that no one else would possibly remember, but they do. And I'm like, I can't imagine living in a world where I have to remember my cringy moments. Like, I could, if you asked me to, I could pull them out, but like, they don't pop to the front of my head, and I think that's the reason that I've managed to stay stable.
I choose to keep them.
I mean, what I think that might be kind of a chicken and an egg thing.
If it's if it's frown, push it down.
No. But the fact that you're able to do that.
I mean, it's not that I'm able. It's just they don't pop up naturally. I think that's the difference.
That's the difference.
Yeah, I think if I was being like constantly harassed by things, I was in my 40s when I learned about people's natural intrusive thoughts. That when you're at a train station, people naturally have intrusive thoughts about like, oh, I could just push that guy onto the track. I've never been aware of this, and now I'm terrified of going to a train station because all you normies are thinking about pushing me into the track.
Okay. First of all, you're calling me a normie. You're like, I just don't think about my embarrassing moments.
I don't think about pushing other people on. I think about I'm gonna walk over there and I'm gonna trip up somehow, and then I'm gonna fall onto the tracks, and then I'm not gonna be able to get up off the track. You know what I mean? I don't think about murdering anyone.
An intrusive thought doesn't need to be that. It just needs to be, like, what would happen if I did something that was out of character for me, and it's just a brief, fantasy of something that's not
horrible.
Something that you would do. But it's,
I mean, unless you've played D&D with at Link Not Found, in which case that's his whole driving force for the entire way he plays Dungeons and Dragons.
There.
Link is very funny at D&D. Not that intrusive.
He does work off a kind of intrusive thought-driven approach to gaming.
I mean, you know what?
What if I beheaded someone? What if I just waited for the cops?
Yeah. There's a lot to unpack there.
And then do all of it in a Boston accent.
Yeah. Depending on how hungover he is, anyway.
Oh my god, I'm a monster when I'm hungover. Anyway.
Just sassier.
Sorry, I had to deal with children stuff, but I'm back now. Yay.
No problem.
What were we doing?
Yeah, what was happening? The things were getting weird. The poor deputy, Bobby, is heaving and panting after having...
We all just did a roll. We all just did a reaction.
We all just rolled, yeah. Poor Bobby
I rolled.
has just been like, something's happened.
I rolled a 9.
Yeah. Can I have some of your 9?
I rolled an 11.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, so... Sorry, Kat, did you roll an 11, did you say?
Yes. Because it was with reflexes as well, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you're okay for what's about to happen. You successfully dodge this.
Yes.
So Bobby the poor deputy, has just been violently, aggressively rugby tackled and then kissed by John Blonde. As John Blonde has then collapsed to the floor, and Bobby the deputy has had, for lack of a more eloquent term, a violent seizure of fit in front of you. Who has then stood up and stretched and cracked all his muscles, cracked all his knuckles. And he turns around and he faces the group at large, Bobby the deputy, whose face is one of aghast horror, just wide-mouthed shock, and then something some internal switch just flips, and he is the full mannerisms and cadence and body language of John Blonde, and he says out loud, "Whew, my, ain't that a turn of events?" And he pulls out his revolver that Bobby's carrying and starts firing on you all. You get out of the way, Bell Fascinator. You are moves like lightning. You dodge successfully. Harry Bishop, you with your partial success roll, you let's say I'll give you a choice. You can either get in cover yourself fully with your gun as you dodge behind one of the horse's saddlebags, or a rock or an outcropping or something, or you can get in cover and take Mary with you, but you drop your gun. You have to let go of your rifle to drag her to safety with you. You're muted, dude.
Muted.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll grab Mary and pull Mary out of the way, and drop my gun in doing so. Drop my revolver, right? That's what you want me to drop.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
close range weapon. So I've only got. Yeah, okay. So I drop my revolver as I pull her out.
You drop your revolver and you successfully manage to grab Mary as she's also shocked by what's happening. As you grab it and you pull yourself and her. She's almost on top of you. You pull yourself and her behind a rocky outcropping.
Yeah, we roll behind a rock.
Abbott, I'm sorry to say, you get shot in the stomach, my friend.
Oh.
I want you to roll. Sorry, not roll. I want you to mark a level 3 trauma in one of your level 3 trauma boxes.
I only have one level 3 trauma, right?
No, there's 2 level 3s.
There's 2.
2 level 2s and 3 level 1s.
Oh, I was reading level 1, level 2, level 3. Not. Yeah, never mind. Okay, so, and I'm what now? I'm shot?
You're gun wound to stomach.
Okay.
Shot in belly.
Wound. Okay. Well, I fucking hate that.
You can. In fact, you know what? Sorry, Bell Fascinator. I'm remembering here for you. You have a fast draw move.
I do.
You can roll to move quick tense snap situations.
What? So I can shoot back at him?
So you've used it once already. When an enemy makes a sudden move, you can roll reflexes.
Okay. So is that just 1d6?
Sorry, 2d6 plus your reflexes score.
Okay. 8, 9, 10.
Amazing. You can make a move first before the sheriff reacts, before the other poor deputy starts to move, before as Abbott is screaming with his stomach. What do you want to do? To recap, you've seen Bobby the deputy suddenly just become in all physical mannerisms. He's become John Blonde, and he's just snap revolver.
Can I shoot him?
Absolutely, you can take a shot at him. Yeah, you can roll. If you want to shoot at him, I'm going to say it's a spray and pray roll as opposed to a aim and fire, because everything's moving so quick. You don't really have time to aim.
Okay.
Which means you can roll some. So if you want to do a spray and pray, it's when you fire at a target without care or precision, which I think you're probably doing.
Okay. Yeah.
2d6 plus your reflexes.
It's a 6.
Including your reflexes.
Including my reflexes.
You fire on Bobby the deputy, and just narrowly miss, just shoot wide. You just like not panic, but like sort of panicking. You're just unloading your revolver every fucking round in that chamber. Bang, 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 bang. As Bobby the deputy / John Blonde possession consciousness
does an
spins around and looks at you. Yeah, just like He like holds his like leather tunic up and it's just full of holes. Let's turn to you, Bishop. You are lying on the floor behind some saddlebags or a rock or something, with Mary on top of you, but without a gun in your hand. As Mary's like, she's confused and scared. You're confused. What's happening? What do you do?
Oh.
Mr. Bishop, do you hear me?
Bishop.
Oh, me. Sorry.
Oh,
Yes,
sorry. Yeah,
you
yeah,
said
sorry.
Abbott.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, all of
Bishop.
that, but for you.
What do I?
You've managed to dodge out of the way, but you've had to drop your gun, and you've got Mary
Yeah.
on top of you as you're hidden behind a rock or something.
I'll tell you what I'd like to do, and you can tell me if this is allowed, whether I can use my never saw me coming for this. So, what I'd like to do is, actually, I don't think I can, because Bishop's been shot in the gut and he's screaming. So there's nothing I can do to realistically be more distracting than that. A person who's been shot in the gut and is screaming. Is
Nobody
the
said I was
most-
screaming.
He's
But,
enjoying it.
Okay to
but are
scream.
you?
I mean, like, maybe I am just kind of into it. You know? Maybe I
Fetish
like the taste
unlocked.
of hot lad.
Is this how Abbott is?
Yeah, are we stamping it in stone now? Is this a thing? Do we have to
I mean-
roleplay
It
this?
doesn't matter to what I'm about to do. Don't like weight
fine,
it based
yeah.
on the idea. No, you're screaming in
It's
pain because you've been shot in the gut, like anyone would.
Sure.
Okay, so I don't feel like it's a good idea to use my never saw me coming, and I certainly can't trail anyone. So what I want to do is from behind the rock that I'm in, I want to reach into my coat pocket and pull out my holy symbol keychain and like wrap it around my hand like a knuckle duster.
Yeah.
I want to jump
Keep going.
I want to jump onto the rock that I want to jump up onto the rock that we're hid behind and then jump off it. And if we're doing cinematic descriptions, as I jump down, like it's one of those kind of slow motion moments. So like, as I like
John Woo sent some doves.
Yeah.
As I
You're
come
like
down from
Neo
above.
in the Matrix. Like,
Yeah, as I come down from above with a knuckle duster made of holy symbols to like knock the teeth out of this guy to spell Harry Bishop as they hit the camera.
I love that. I love it.
Just
You,
smash into him from the side.
Yeah.
yeah, amazing. You okay? You absolutely need to roll me some kind of. I want a reactor gauge with reflexes. This guy is like just unloading revolver rounds, and you are flying through the air like a torpedo at him. That's the 2d6 plus your reflexes.
A 5 and a 3 plus 1.
A 9. Okay, I will say you can keep committing to this move,
Yep.
but you're going to get some trauma out of it. You're going to get some.
There's no
hurt.
situation where I jump down from cover into directly in front of him to like knuckle duster him when everyone else has guns. I wouldn't expect that to happen. So
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, in which case you can now roll me a fight roll. So I want you to roll me, but you can have advantage on it. So 3d6 plus your grit as you smash an enemy with your bare hands.
3d6, but subtract lowest.
Subtract the low.
Okay,
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
I ain't very gritty. I'll tell you that now. A 6 and a 4 and a 3. So a 6 and a 4.
That's a
Then-
good roll.
Minus 1 is a 9.
That's good. That's a good roll. That's a good roll, though. Yeah. Let's say so. This works well. This works well. You fly through the air. Describe it. Describe the punch. I want it in full detail. You fly down.
Yeah. So I've
A
got the
hand
holy
knuckle duster
knuckle
made
duster,
of key
silver
fob.
holy symbols as I jump down like where he's not expecting, and I strike him across the cheek and jaw in like a downward strike. Like if I were Wolverine, it would take off the side of his face, but I've got holy symbols. I'm striking down, so it's like from the top of his cheekbone to like the bottom of his chin.
Yeah.
Just scraping down the side of him.
So as you fly through the air, first mark me a level 2 trauma as he shoots you in your arm. As he turns and goes to shoot at you. Abbott sees you. From Abbott's point of view, it looks like the painting of like Adam touching God's finger from like as you're like flying through the air.
But if it was made by the WWE.
yeah, it's that. Yeah, it's Vince McMahon's creation of Adam.
With
Thomas Kincaid painted the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, you fly through there. You're getting, bullets are whizzing past you. One rips through your arm, but at this point you're traveling like a meteor as you slam into this guy. Poor Bobby the Deputy / John Blonde's consciousness hits the ground like a fucking Dragon Ball Z character as the dirt flies up as you fucking land into him. And like a ethereal force. You feel something emanate from him, like it blows the dust up. When you see videos of like nuclear shockwaves and all the dust rolling back, it's like a thing like explodes out of him. This energy that Abbott, you particularly feel. You like, your fucking weird occult senses are off your Geiger counter's going crazy. And as the dust settles, Bishop, and you're looking at him, you can see that looking back up at you with one eye blink, like a fish, like eyes not working properly, jaws completely broken, teeth missing, blood everywhere, is just Bobby the Deputy. It's whatever part of John Blonde was in him isn't there anymore, and you can hear from back in the wagon a horrible cackling laugh as John Blonde sits back up from his slump on the wagon floor, shakes the dirt off himself, does some of this like a person, very specifically, trying on a new suit, is like doing this and checking the lengths of his arms and things, and goes, like, looks at him and goes, What did he ever do to you, eh?
I look over
back in the wagon.
I look over at Mary as I step up onto the wagon, and I say, Mary, you can stop me if you want, but I'm about to cut this man's lips off. I get my giant fucking knife out, because my character has a giant fucking knife. I do. I have a giant fucking knife, and I go to the edge of this guy's mouth, and I look at Mary just to see if she's
Mary shout as you are inches from his face. Mary shouts, "Don't touch his skin." As a distinct series of punctuating words in the night.
Yeah.
That was a very odd combination to hear. As you and John's just laughing and laughing and laughing.
I would like to psychically fracture reality. I want
the calmness
John...
with that was announced.
So, yeah, amazing.
You're just filing a form at the local office. You'd be like, "Excuse me, I'd like to fracture reality, please."
Yeah.
Excuse me.
This is it. Bell and Bishop are just dealing with shit around you as you got shot in the stomach, and you're like, "Nah, I'm done. Fuck all this."
So I want John to perceive that he is buried alive and that he has to shit really, really badly, trying to hold it in, and he just can't, and he just slowly fills the coffin. He doesn't get any more food, but he spends an eternity not breathing or eating, just shitting in a coffin that he's buried alive in.
Truly monstrous.
That's what I want.
He's human centipeding himself.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Human self-appeed.
Okay, so yes, okay, for the listeners at home, the Abbott's weird ruination as a weirdo is that he can control and subjugate and dominate supernatural things and paranormal things. So he makes John envisage an eternity of drowning in his own liquid shit in a coffin. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to referee the game. What is your goal here? What are you controlling him for? What's the objective?
Mostly, it's to make him suffer.
You're just fucking putting the guy through it. Yeah.
I want him to know that effortlessly, I can make him live an eternity of this.
Yeah, it takes you nothing to fuck up his entire day.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
That's the goal here.
What was it that turned you into a monster? Did you have to constantly make difficult decisions to use your powers at a critical moment to save the day? No, it's just who I am as a person, and this is what
I get 10 times to do this, and then I become a monster.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, roll me a d6 first. Let's see your weird ruination track. D6 halved, so 1 and 2 is 1, 3 and 4 is 2.
0.5.
0.5. What is that? 1?
I've rolled a 1.
Oh no.
Oh well, that's okay. That's good. This is the one time you want to roll low.
That's good this time.
The one time. Come on, weigh the dice.
Though. How does this
I knew there was a good reason I went to Trump Casino.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, yeah. You're just you're just causing suffering to back to John. Now that he's whatever just fucking happened between this consciousness switch thing, he's in his own body and he's fucking suffering for it. Yeah, and it's a bad time, and it's a sort of he knows he's suffering, but he has that shit-eating attitude that he's had the whole time, and he hates it. But
appropriate.
Why he's eating this shit.
Appropriate.
There you go. You're all very welcome. It's that sort of the bit in Fight Club where Brad Pitt gets beat up, but he's grinning the whole time. He's that horrible sort of malice, bloody, suffering face as you.
And he's laughing.
Yeah, you reduce John Blonde to a gibbering wreck, but he's giggling while it happens. And you learn something about him in the process. So you've sort of entered this weirdo supernatural powers realm that you have. Roll me a flat d6, please.
Hold on, I dropped it. It's a 6.
All right, we'll let that count. I think that's the first time that I've ever seen EB roll a 6.
Even on a d20.
Oh, my heart.
This is great. Okay, yeah, you sort of enter this fucking, fractured reality dimension space where you fuck up John's day, and you come to learn more of his true form. Now, John Blonde is obviously a pseudonym. The body that he's in is just some lowly outlaw bandit dude. The man that you're looking at, the slick greasy hair and the overweight belly and the horrible grin, that's just some guy that broke the law one time up north and had to go on the run. The consciousness that you've been speaking to, John Blonde, the lecherous, slimy manipulator, John Blonde, the one who has apparently enslaved people with a brand. John Blonde is a demon. A demon that jumps between people's bodies, that can't exist outside of a mortal flesh vehicle, and who is currently inhabiting this John Blonde body for who knows what nefarious purpose. It is... Sorry, go on.
Oh, no, is this, Is the outlaw the person that we were hired to transport, or is it the...
As far as the government knows, they're one and the same. The government doesn't know. Nobody knows this. You are learning this as you enter
Okay.
The mind dimension. It is a demon called. I've got it somewhere here. The demon is called Lamal. Lamal. And it is a manipulator and a deceiver. It doesn't spring forth jets of fire or giant horns or anything. It is a whisper in the night. It is a fucking
Man.
shadow that exists. Yeah, it's a horrible man. It's a man. A manipulator.
A deceiver.
Lamal the demon.
Lamal the demon deceiver.
Human male.
Yeah, it's all penises. Like
all
penis fingers.
I'm
His
sorry.
His dick's all the way down.
Self-blind.
It's essentially like it's basically supernatural Charles Manson.
Okay.
Supernatural who?
Charles Manson.
Oh, Charles. Yes, yeah, that.
Like charisma powered.
Charisma. Yeah, he just
Charisma
manipulates
powered,
people.
Pure evil.
Yeah.
Okay.
This vile fiend. And again, you don't know, you know, the exact way that the demon operates or its powers or anything like that. But like you now have a scaffold from which to work. It is an external entity that is inhabiting this body that is provably jumping between bodies under some condition. Mm-hmm. Mary seems to know more. And it can enslave people. Does it need a brand? Does it not? Who knows? But you're hired to get.
Fucker.
You're hired. No, that's the secret. No, I don't. you're hired to get John Blonde, the man, to the courthouse. He's got a date to meet. But there's more here than meets the eye.
Crab chat. No.
So yeah, you to cut back to the action what does that look like, Abbott? I wanna, you know, you're bleeding out, dude. You're on your ass holding your belly,
and all I do is lock eyes.
And that's it.
And then it's all from his perspective. Then it's just a nightmare for, like, you get bed sores after a while, and your skin rots off. You know, like it's just truly, it's hell. And I am like, fine, I'm good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. We see a cowboy in a wagon just slumped over. But from his point of view, he shows his true colours through the infinity of time that he is put through.
Yes.
Yeah, amazing. Cool. You're bleeding out, Abbott. What do you want to do about that?
Somebody could fix me, probably, right?
I'm not a healer.
There's not really a healing thing. It's
no
just it's more in the, are you going to take the time to bandage him up, or are you going to spend the night resting? That sort of questions.
I want to go up to him and like call the sheriff over and be like,
sure.
And call Mary over and be like, we gotta get this bullet out of this man.
This thing?
This bullet.
Thing?
We gotta get this bullet out of this man.
This man. Okay, that's.
Yeah, the sheriff is currently, kneeling over poor Bobby, who for a brief moment was possessed by a demon and then received a meteor to the face, and is recovering with, at a minimum, a broken jaw and several lost teeth.
Yeah, I'm pulling him over. I'm like, Sheriff, you've seen a wound before. What are we looking at here?
Yeah. You're gonna have to. The sheriff isn't happy with you. You're gonna have to roll some kind of manipulate. How do you want to? Not necessarily. How do you want to approach it? How do you want to? He's just watched you punch. You know, from his point of view, Bobby had a mild mental break, started shooting everyone, and then you've just clobbered him in the face. How are you approaching the sheriff's raw panic?
I don't have time to negotiate. and explain to someone who doesn't grasp this. I'm grabbing him and pulling him over in front of the guy, and like I'm showing him the wound, and I'm like shaking the sheriff in front of it. I'm like, Sheriff, you or I on the same side, and I need you to focus. And then I like slap him clear across the face. I'll be like, look at this wound. Tell me what are we looking at here?
Okay. Yeah, roll me. Roll me a manipulate. That sounds right.
Is that my cunning?
It's either cunning or smart. It's up to you. It's deliberately a bit looser.
Got a 2 and a 4, and I get to add my cunning, which is a 2, so 8.
8, amazing. He can help. He can pull the bullet out here. There's like, medical units. There's like surgical equipment in his horse. He could stitch him up, sort of thing. But he's not doing a goddamn thing until he gets some answers out of you, and out of Abbott, and out of Belle, and more importantly, from his poor sod's point of view, out of Mary. And he pushes you out of the way, Bishop, and he starts walking towards Mary. He's like, finger in her face. I got some goddamn questions for you, Missy.
I spin him round, and I say, Sheriff, if you need answers, you want to be speaking to that man. And like, we don't have much time to be able to get an answer out of him, so why don't you pull your head out your ass and help us out?
Belle, what are you doing while these two are butting heads?
I am.
I guess for a bit more context, poor Samuel, the other deputy, is just white hot 21-year-old panic. He's with Bobby. He's on the floor. There's like, can't speak because his jaw's broken. Mary is, not panic stricken, but Mary's like, sort of.
What's happened?
Yeah, she's a bit all over the place. She's a bit, you get the impression that Mary, just a moment ago, not 1 minute ago, was, you don't know what you're dealing with, you don't understand the situation, and now she doesn't get the situation. She feels, for the first time, she's come all this way, she's gone on the 2-day ride with you, she's come all this way, thinking that she's the one that secretly knows what's happening, and she's had a sharp awakening into the situation.
Okay, so Samuel, they both they worked for the prison, like
the two young deputies, yeah.
Yeah, so I walk over to them and I'm like, did you think this is gonna be easy? Like, this is what you're paid to do. Like
poor fucking Bobby. Bobby's had a right day.
Bobby's like, I'm joining a union.
Is Bobby the one with the broken jaw?
Yeah, Bobby signed up to be a deputy because it's what his dad did, and he's now escorted a prisoner, got shot at, and then had his jaw broken.
Right, so I got
and had his cheek to chin entirely fucked up by religious symbols scraping through like a Wolverine.
Dude's messed up. Dude, wait, hold on. Dude got possessed for like a brief 30-second period.
Also, there was bone-breaking sounds. He ain't well.
I'm just like ACAB and fix his jaw. And and then I go over to Mary, and I really want to reassure Mary and make sure that she's we're still with her, we're still a team, like we're together. I want to reassure her, I want to make sure, because she's obviously something of some kind of force, a magical force. She knows stuff, and I want to reassure her and make sure she's kind of like, we might hit some more shit that's gonna hit some sort of fan further down. I want her to be as
Wiccan, respect Wiccan.
Yeah.
Wiccan, yeah. Like, I wanted to be like, come on, I'm like, come on. Those men, they're just weak. We're not weak. You're not weak. You're definitely not weak. Me and you, we're gonna sort this.
Amazing. Yeah. You know what? In fact, you know what? Lady Bell goes over, says all this to Mary, who's like, nervous twitch. She's playing with her sleeve, and she's like, she thought she was in control of the situation, and she's obviously not. And as you reassure her, and you're like, like you say, this is it's okay. We're in control here, sort of thing. She looks at you, and without saying a word, Belle, she just hugs you. She just holds you close, and like we get this moment of like Abbott's on the floor like bleeding out, and then John's in the back like gibbering and giggling, and the sheriff and Harry are like shouting at each other. It's just chaos around you, and this beautiful, wholesome moment of like serenity is just you two just hold each other, and you're like, this is it's gonna be okay. And as you release,
don't worry about me, guys. Don't worry.
I'm good. She goes. I mean, I don't want to speak for you. I assume you return the hug. She goes to hold you.
Eventually, not straight away.
Oh, even better. Yeah. She goes to hold you, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
You're okay. You pat her on the head.
Yeah.
She pulls away, and she like does a deep breath, like, well, y'all was gonna know sooner or later. And without a moment's hesitation, she walks over to Abbott and kneels down next to him. Puts one hand on your stomach, Abbott. Can you roll me a d6, please, Mr. Abbott?
Can. I don't know what it's gonna be.
It's gonna be a wall.
It's a 3. Okay. Knock your gunshot wound from a level 3. Pull it down to level 1, please. Your trauma that you have, as you feel coursing warmth and energy and light and happy, wholesome joy feelings in your body, and you pull open your shirt and you see your stomach re-knitting itself. Oh. And she holds her hand on you, and it's like, it's still fucked up, you got shot, but like she's done some work on you. And then she pulls her hand away, just has a look, looks around at all of you together. So she's like now kneeling down, and you're all looking at her, and she's like looking around at you, and she goes, I assume you have some questions.
I'd like to use this to finish off my argument with the sheriff.
Yep.
So, like, I'm holding my my bullet shot arm.
Yeah.
I'm yelling at him like he needs to save Abbott, and I'll be like, "If you think you know what's going on here, then answer me this: what the fuck just happened there? There's more going on than you understand, and that boy that you think you're transporting, he's more than lives in this world."
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah, we get all of that. We get all of that as the sheriff. Yeah, in fact, you know what? Yeah, let's. That all happens as you realise that Mary's doing some magic shit behind you, and you look at her and you're like, you fucking see, like,
Yeah.
fucking see, do fucking goddamn look.
I'm sorry I hurt Bobby, and I know I didn't want to, but when I punched him, it wasn't Bobby I was punching. It was that fuck over there.
And you like with your wound, you're like point to John. It was like, it's that fuck. And John, everyone's heads turn, and we all see John in the back of the wagon, just foam at his mouth and bloodshot eyes as he's been met. He's lived 1,000 lifetimes in this blink of an eye, and he like laughs and he's giggling and gibbering. And he has like a, he returns to lucidity for a moment as he looks at you, as you say, "That wasn't Bobby," and John goes, "No, it wasn't," and then the camera fades to black, and we're done there for session number 1.
Can just very slow when he says no, it wasn't. Can I just give Mary a quick nod so she can shoot him in the knee? I know she so desperately wants to.
Mary desperately wants to shoot him in the knee. That's true. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
What a cliffhanger.
Fade to black there. That's good. That's where we're at. We've revealed the demon.
There we go.
That's an excellent place to finish. Just bang on time as well. When it comes to like GMing skills, people think like telling the story, like running the plot and keeping it balanced and keeping it fair and interesting and giving everyone opportunity to do what they want to do without giving them unnecessary advantage and all of these things. But one of the things that people don't talk about is GM time, which is one of the hardest things to do. To keep a story flowing and a sensible flow that gives a good build-up towards where you would expect a good plot point to be, but still finish before the time that everyone says, I've got to take my dog out, I've got to check if my kid's all right, I've got to log off because I've got to start work, all of those things. That's one of the key skills to being a GM. And finishing with 11 minutes to spare. Chef.
Thank you. Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that.
That was super great.
That was great.
Yeah, it was.
I am
good
having
fun.
a blast.
I knew I wanted to do a reveal at some point, and I was like, yeah, we'll just fucking find a time for it, no problem. And then Abbott was like, oh yeah, I'll break his mind. I'm like, oh, there we go.
I worked out super well. All characters got to be themselves, and by the way, you guys are terrified.
Yeah, it's great.
Also,
you're the one who's like, oh yeah, so I killed my dad because he killed my mom.
Yeah.
I kneecap her and I kneecap him and I kneecap her.
You're just logically kneecapping people. What's that like?
It's also like, but I mean, yeah, that's in game. My character is like that, but like outside of it, you guys are playing in a way that I really appreciate. In that you're taking the opportunity to use like the weird ruination that slowly pushes you towards a monster. For someone who's like, oh well, I want to win the game, they're less likely to like use that unless they think they're like statistically stand a good chance to do it. You guys aren't just using it to win scenarios.
No,
you were looking at scenarios that you're already guaranteed to win and being like, while I'm here.
Yeah, all three of you are fantastic. This is an absolute joy to GM. Yeah,
it's like a cat playing with the.
Yeah, absolutely. The guy.
Lady Fascinator upsets and terrifies me in real life.
Yeah, if any of us met the real Lady Fascinator, we'd be like, "Holy shit, that's Lady Fascinator!" and cross the street.
Yeah, it's kind of
I would be fascinated.
It's like I retweet this and I put it on my wall. I have a lot of really thirsty guys that follow me, and I really hope they watch this and watch me and shit themselves and realise that I'm a fucking psychopath. And if they're horrible to me, I will ruin them.
You'll break their soul,
right?
self-evidently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Weird West, that was great fun. That was super enjoyable.
The pulp lyric, we won't use guns, we won't use knives, we'll use the one thing we've got more of, that's our minds.
Yeah.
Defo. That was fun.
Sick, yeah. Thank you for playing. That was super great. That was really, really good.
Yeah, massively.
And thank you to our watchers and listeners at home.
Absolutely. Twitch.tv/HotDiceNerds.
Yeah, twitch.tv/HotDiceNerds, hotdicenerds.com. If you're here now and you're like, how did these characters come to exist? Check out our Session 0. You can find it on YouTube. Our YouTube is on hotdicenerds.com. If you think this game sounds fun, you want to play it, hotdicenerds.com. You can find a link to get Weird West on itch.io. It's on RPG thingy as well. It's on
itch.io. It's on DriveThruRPG. If you PayPal me $8, I'll send you the PDFs. Yeah, whatever you want. Dealer's choice.
It's very fun to play and also very simple to play. And you don't need to buy a shitload of nerd dice. You just need Some
A
D6.
D6 was
That's
everyone
it.
has.
You
It's
just
in-
need one d6 and you roll it
It's in
multiple
your
times.
Monopoly box.
That's it. If anything, my strongest opinion is that you shouldn't pay money to play pretend.
You should just pay $8 to run pretend.
Just
Everyone
yeah,
else gets to
it's
play for free.
It's $8 to help you play pretend if you're struggling, but like do it for free. ACAB, YOLO.
Yeah. Did you like that Smoke the Air Cab bit?
Oh, very much
I
so, yeah.
appreciated it.
I hand engraved this jar that says "fuck the police." I
Beautiful.
hand
I
engraved
can see
lots
it.
of things
Yeah, yeah.
that say "fuck the police."
Oh, wow.
But
And my
Yeah.
air cab fixes his jaw and then went straight over to Mary. I loved that bit so much. No, you get paid for this.
Well,
Yeah, amazing. Weird West, Hot Dice Nerds. That was sick.
You'll catch
Thanks
us
so much for playing.
next
millionaires.
week at some point. Probably not Thursday. You'll probably catch us Friday, something like that. We'll be figuring it out.
Yeah, yeah.
We will tweet about it if you're trying to watch us live. Otherwise, you'll just be able to catch us on YouTube shortly after. Anyway, love you all. Thank you very much, Tom. Thanks so much for running it. EB and
You're
Kat,
very
so
welcome.
wildly entertaining character. It's wonderful. So
I mean,
Yeah, thanks so much, guys.
you are saying all these compliments so you avoid getting complimented, but you
I
are
know,
also absolutely
I
wonderful.
know.
The oldest trick in the book.
Look at my little nerd dice rolling.
I can join this now, Dice Gang. Woo! The blue ones are the D6s I brought to this. I never
I've got
expect.
something.
One day I desperately hope that Tom tells me, roll 10 D6s. Because I have them.
I'll find a reason.
I've got the
I've got
standard
them.
nerd dice down at the bottom here. I've got my 10 D6s.
I've got my black and gold dice. And then
Your
I've
rose
got
gold dice.
Rose gold dice. And then I've got the ones that you sent me that you won. And you were like, yeah, I've got loads of dice. You can have them. And they're like got a little mermaid effect on them. I don't know if you can see
Oh,
it.
that's cool.
Very nice. Like iridescent.
Yeah.
Oh, dragon scale.
Yeah. Mermaid scale.
Shit.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
thanks
we're going
so
there.
much, guys. You three are great. That was super fun. Thanks so much. Let's see what happens to John Blonde / Lamal / these poor bastards next week.
Yeah, cool. I'm going to stop the stream here. Thanks very much, everyone. HotDiceNerds.com.